your Spaceship Music Collective. This is Sick Set Bro, a misguided adventure through the social fringe of the music industry. I'm your host, Dom Maple. What's happening, everybody? Welcome to Sick Set Bro Live. I'm pouring a glass of wine. My name is Dom Maple. How's it going, buddies? How's it going, everyone? It's a music and entertainment podcast, and I'm joined by the other two amigos of your spaceship. Oh, my microphone's doing a funny thing where it's kind of falling off. It's okay. It's okay. We got this. One of them's my brother from the same mother, Hungry Ghost, a.k.a. Michael Ledgerwood, a.k.a. Mama Money Mike, making that sweet money. And we also got a guy, and his name is an anagram for nasty and no nonsense delightful European sandwich. But we call him Nandez.
I like it. I like it.
Finally have a sound for Nandez's intro. We finally got a sound.
I also appreciate you seeing me coming in with a drink and then starting a podcast, because I know you can see me from that side. And I was like, fuck, am I gonna... So.
Is he gonna make it? I like to go live and let the fans all get on. Let them all get on. Start talking. The excitement builds. Everyone. And you're all waiting for the show to begin. And then we come on. Yeah, and then we come on. You're like, oh,
the excitement tails off after that.
Why do I watch this show again? Oh yeah, because I'm gonna be using that a lot this episode. It's my Travis Scott eligible, because I'm eligible. My song that I sent into the N.I Music Prize is on the eligible list. So nice. That's gonna come up a lot. So enjoy that. So once again, Money Mike and nasty and no nonsense.
It's too long.
Delightful European sandwich. And Dom Maple. It's the three amigos. The three. Why do I spend so? I'm ramble at the start of this show, man. Let's get in to some quick-fire news. Boop, 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 boop. I don't have a sound for that. I have a sound for everything else, but I don't have a sound for quick-fire news. I need to get something that just goes, fire. That would be
just
shit.
a snippet of Dick Valentine.
Fire. So some quick-fire news to get through here. So Fred Durst, he looks different. That was interesting. Andrew, you were
Nandez wasn't surprised.
Nandez was not surprised by this revelation that we had in our group chat whenever I sent in a picture of Fred Durst and his new hipster hair and handlebar mustachio.
Just looks like a guy from Florida. That's it.
Well, yeah. I mean, he really is just like, I don't know, going down full douchebag route with I don't know, that look just makes him look even more annoying somehow. Although he does look like he's gonna drop a super chill indie album instead of,
I like the Limps.
You'll be loving this shit right here.
I like the Limps Biscuits. Like them.
So do I. You know what? I always, man, their music is really good, but like this guy's in it.
Why not?
Is he still like singing Limp Bizkit songs?
Probably.
Looking like that?
And I know y'all be loving this shit right here.
He looks like he's in Oasis tribute band or something. With those sunglasses.
I said maybe you're gonna be the one that saved me. That's perfect, Fred Durst.
He looks like the character that's in that Blink-182 video that
Oh, Boomer.
yeah.
Boomer.
He does look like Boomer.
Yeah.
Actually, that's accurate. If you're watching on the old,
Can't unsee that now.
I know. Hold on, we need to get up.
In news today, Florida man storms stage at where was that? Lollapalooza?
Lollapalooza.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
there he is. There he is. That's it.
Oh, I need to. Oh, how do you use computers? There it is.
I have no idea.
Yep, there it is.
You're getting there.
I
You got it.
just take screenshots all day.
Oh, and I'm on the wrong
Nice
page.
and entertaining
Oh,
for the audio listeners here,
Oh.
but yeah, it's fine. We're just
can't-
trying to get
basically,
both pictures
I'm-
up side
I'm
by
an-
side on screen.
I'm an old man, and I can't get these two pictures to go together. How do you make this screen smaller?
There we go. Nice.
And
There we
it is.
go. There we
Yeah,
go,
it is.
everyone.
It is 100% him.
Mm. I don't really know what picture best represents. Oh,
That
probably
one.
this
There
one.
you go.
There we go.
It actually
go.
looks like he just
See?
has the wig from the video.
Oh man. Speaking of Boomer, though, Angels and Airwaves released a new music video just in the last week. That's meant to star Boomer's brother, Disco. Which is hilarious. That they're bringing that back. Oh, there he is. There he is. If you're watching on the video podcast, there's a little image, and he works with.
What is he? Tommy Wiseau? What's going on?
Yeah, that's what he's like. His character wants to get famous on what he calls TikTok.
Nice.
So yeah, nice little joke for the kids, Tom. Nice little joke for the kids. So it's the jury's still out to see if it improves Fred Durst's vocals. The new cut. I don't know. Maybe he'll release some like cool folk music now. Because he's got a mustache and gray hair. I don't know, but this was the thing. It was the most shocking part of all was bald by choice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bald by choice. That's shocking.
Well, I don't know. Maybe it was because like he wore a cap all the time or something, and it could get quite sweaty under. The red cap became the iconic thing, so maybe it was more like a practical thing. It's like if this is gonna be kind of like part of my band uniform, maybe I should just shave it all off because it would be more comfortable. Maybe
Well,
that
yeah,
was the
wow.
logic behind that. Let's get him on for an interview.
I just
and
didn't
talk it
think
through.
I didn't think he would have that much hair. I didn't think
I
he would
know,
have a
yeah,
full
that's the thing.
mop.
Yeah.
A full mop of gray lustrous.
See, this is the
sweeping
benefit.
lustrous.
This is the
It's very
benefits of
lustrous.
keeping up with Limp Bizkit for a while. You get to see the behind the scenes, and he's like, "Oh, he's actually got a little bit of hair."
Oh
and then,
yes. Oh yeah, beautiful. You know what?
How long's this gonna grow for?
Imagine, wait, there would be nothing funnier than Fred Durst with like really long hair, like
That would be weird.
hippie style hair, but then coming out and being like, it's the chocolate starfish and the hot dog flavored water. Come on. That's just boom, 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 boom. Oh man, yeah, it's. I say this every time I listen to Limp Bizkit with somebody, and I'm like, I love I was a big fan of nu metal, and I know so many people like shit on nu metal now, and like, oh, it's so cheesy and so dumb. It's like, I fucking love nu metal, I still do, and it's like, the instrumentals to all those Limp Bizkit tracks, dude, they're so fire, they are so good, and even though Fred Durst makes it one of the most unique bands ever, he has some lines where I'm just like, oh, ugh, you make me sing that to the song? There's one in particular, in Boiler, which I think is such an epic, amazing song. It's so good. And, hold on, I need to get it up in front of me. I need to get these lyrics up. Yeah, he mentions a butt, and that's where he kind of loses me. So, all right, here's the lyrics. He's like, looks like I'ma do everything myself. Maybe I could use some help, but hell, you want something done right? You gotta do it yourself. Maybe life is up and down, but my life's but what to now? I crawled up your butt from hell. What? Crawled up your butt from hell?
Yeah.
Crawled up your butt from hell. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just trying
So
to
he
find a
wrote.
rhyme.
So he wrote that, and everybody's like, "Yep, let's do it."
Well, what would you replace it with to keep the flow going?
None
You
of
couldn't
none,
replace
none
ass,
of that.
bottom.
No, none of that. None of it. None of it. I definitely wouldn't start in the cadence of "looks like I'm gonna do everything myself." Like that's not the register to start that song. It's just not. You're way up here. It's just way too screechy, dude.
That's because he's talking to somebody that he's disagreeing with, so he's arguing with them.
I crawled up your butt from hell.
So,
Have you ever said that to someone in
in
an insult? I crawled up your butt from hell. You want something done right? You got to do it yourself. Fuck. Well, quick fire news. That was the first one. That was the first thing.
We're not good at quick. Yeah.
Fred the Dust.
Next, Queens of the Stone Age canceled their Reading and Leeds performance. They didn't say too much. They just kind of cited like the whole COVID environment still and the uncertainty, and that they're not going to commit to it pretty much, which is, I mean, look, you cannot hold anyone accountable, but they were like a headlining band and a pretty big deal for people to want to go. So it's a bit shit whenever the thing's at the end of August and they're like, yeah, we're not going to go.
Yeah.
Like,
It could
man,
potentially have been the thing that sold it to certain people that have bought tickets, which is a shame, but like,
so that kind of sucks. So if you're going to Reading and Leeds and you haven't seen that news story, sorry.
Unlucky. Wow, so they just went, nah, COVID, see it.
Pretty much. See if I can even get the story up in front of me.
I guess it's you said they were headliner. I guess it's a good thing. Maybe bump somebody up the list.
Well,
There's always a silver lining.
Biffy Clyro replaced Queens of the Stone Age.
Well, there you go, an up and coming band. Very good. At least they're replacing them with somebody that needs,
Yeah, somebody that needs that publicity.
they have only headlined the once.
That's true.
And played it a billion times probably.
I'm sitting here waiting for my call. And I'm like, Reading and Leeds need an unknown, mysterious.
You need to contact them and tell
replacement.
them that you're eligible.
Yeah. There you go.
Damn right I am. Yeah, we can talk about that later. I will be talking about it a lot during this. I'm very proud to be eligible. Yep. It's so easy to do a Travis Scott ad-lib. Yeah. I feel like I'm getting pretty good at them. Eligible. Straight up. Just lots of auto-tune and reverb. The only one easier than that is being 21 Savage. 21. I feel like he missed his calling as like a blackjack dealer, like, for sure. Like, I mean, he would have been really good at that job. Is all I'm saying.
What if you had to say like stick, fold, or
No,
you could only say 21?
Just everyone says just like I've got 7, 21. 21. Yeah, that's what I want. 21 Savage.
He would have to
Mr. Savage.
If it wasn't 21, he would have to turn to someone else and go, oh, "Can you come?
Please
Can
take
you
this
say
man
it?
away.
Can you say it? You say it."
Security. This dealer keeps saying 21 over and over again. You know what's one of my favorite things like in the world is that part in Austin Powers where in the first one and he goes to the blackjack table and number 2 is there and it's like meant to be this tense James Bond moment and it's like
in Casino, was it Casino Royale they were trying to do, or was that before Casino
well,
Royale?
this would have been before it, but I mean there was 2 Casino Royale, so I don't know. But yeah, it's like the whole thing where
James Bond scene,
so the dealer says like a number 2 gets like 19 or something and he's like, I'll hit, and he's like, well, that's gonna be dangerous, and he's like, I like to live dangerously, and then Austin Powers is all like, wow, James Bond guitar, and then he gets 21, and then it goes to Austin Powers, and he gets like, sir, you have 3, and he's like, I'll stay. He's just like, I too like to live dangerously. Oh man, that's like my favorite part. It's just like, dude, what a movie. Oh, Ludacris got it right when he referenced it.
There you go. See,
Damn right.
it's all good.
Me and Luda. Damn
The
straight.
N.I Music Prize.
He could be. Who knows? He might have a little Northern Irish blood in him.
Last
Probably
time I
not,
seen him,
though.
he was in Bora Bora and Holiday or something on Instagram.
Last time I seen him was on this show, and he had a giant afro and was trying to look like Mike Myers. You got to go back and watch that episode, everyone.
Go back.
Callbacks. Yeah, so then another little bit of news. Well, there's actually something I want to get into later, but we'll reference it quickly now, and that's just that the Offspring seem to have seemed like, I don't know, like, this is a pretty new story, hot out of the oven, so there's still a lot to come out about this, but it kind of seems like the Offspring have kicked out or dropped their drummer because he won't get the COVID vaccine. So I'm not gonna. We will get back to that. That's just a little bit of news. I've got it in my list. Well, we'll talk about that more at length, I think.
So are they just like, are they releasing anything, or are they just preparing to do?
Well, they haven't
things?
said anything yet, but I think they were meant to go on tour and stuff, and they did have a new record out, so they're meant to be touring that record. And this is a long-term.
So
member,
Fred Durst can't do his old songs, but 50-year-old Offsprings can.
Oh yeah, and I never said it was good.
Multiple.
I never said it was good.
I thought you were talking about like the children of the band or something there for a second.
I can't even remember
Offsprings.
what the song, the
Go on, kids, go on
Offspring.
stage.
They brought out a new song, and it was just like, it's so old. What's that
What are you
new
talking
song
about?
called?
Teenage angst,
No, it was something like,
the aches
We-
and pains of
we-
old age.
Somebody should do that. One of these old bands should do that.
That's a new genre.
It's
You know what?
definitely a niche that needs filled.
You are joking, but literally the song is called "We Never Have Sex Anymore."
Oh no!
Very much falls into that category.
Yeah.
See?
Why do you
That
need?
could maybe be
why?
the direction of the album.
It just needs to stay in your book of rhymes.
Keep it in your pants, Offspring. Keep it in your goddamn pants. And that seems to be what you're doing quite well.
Don't.
Oh!
Nice.
That wasn't... No, it wasn't. Sorry.
Nice.
Yeah, so yeah, we'll get into that later. And then little last bit of quick fire news is that the X Factor is over.
Fucking
X Factor ended.
finally.
Yeah, boy.
Jesus, what a waste of TV that was.
Yep.
What an absolute
17.
waste of TV.
Long years. 17 years, everyone. And yeah, just thank God for that. I got really nothing else to say other than thank Christ.
It's just the most talented ones never won it anyway.
I know. Well, this is the thing, is I'm not even going to make a big deal about it because of how little I care about that show. Like, I'm not like, thank God it's over. And I'm also not like, oh no, it's ended. It's kind of just like, that's still on? That was my
Yeah.
reaction.
Yeah.
And
It was all so fake too. Like
It
half the
was
people that came on, it's like, oh, we found this person. No, they've been involved in the music industry for years, and they've floated around like the whole production team that puts on the show and stuff. And it's like
Yeah.
they are known to you before they're
That
even
was
on
their
the
national
show.
exposure.
Yeah.
And they were crappy contracts as well.
Yeah, I don't know. It just made Simon Cowell into more of a millionaire. Is he a
like, hey,
millionaire
come
or a
on.
billionaire?
He might be close to a billionaire. He done Zig and Zag, for God's sake.
Zig and Zag? I thought he just did
Remember
Zig.
that?
No, I don't, actually.
You don't remember Zig and Zag?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Mike,
Don't.
No,
Anyone?
no. Could this be a we were in Canada
British
thing?
thing?
Because
Is
yeah,
this a
sometimes
we
that
were here
happens.
What is Zig
We
and
just
Zag?
stare blankly.
Can you explain to me what it is, please?
Wait, I'm trying to bring it up. See if I'm talking about the right peeps. Zig
Oh,
and Zag.
Simon Cowell's net worth is around 650 million. I really thought it would have been more.
Bruh. They were puppets.
Puppets.
Actually featured on RTE.
Ugh.
So I got it in Jersey.
Oh yes, I've got pictures up here. Yes, I think I've
It's Zig
seen.
and Zag.
I've seen pictures of this before, but I've
I
never
know.
actually.
I have absolutely no idea what that is.
Do me a favor and just watch. They were Trump and everything back in like the 90s. It was funny.
Irish puppet duo featured on RTE. First appearance
Puppet duo.
1987. So yeah, I feel like this is gonna be around the time that we were.
Dude.
Well, they
I'm never...
first featured in 1987, but I think they ran till 92. They were on Channel 4, the breakfast show, the Big Breakfast.
Yeah, I've definitely seen pictures before, but no, I can't say I've ever actually. I've never seen their material live.
So I can't say for definite. I can't give you a solid review. Haven't seen the whole thing. But hey, look,
great.
it's just going to be one of my things for my entire life because
See?
I...
Sean McCann.
Oh, yeah, Zig and
Zig and
Zag.
Zag, the kings
king
of Channel 4 breakfast.
Yeah.
I thank you, sir.
No, but you see, my wife gets this stuff as well. And, like, literally, like, 10 minutes before I came out here, I was having this whole conversation because she had on CBBS for Alex, which I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't mean to offend your culture, but I don't get British kids shows. Just don't get them. And she had In the Night Garden on, and I was like, what the hell is this? Like,
There are people on crack.
It is
crazy.
absolutely terrifying. Like, if I ended up in the Night Garden, I would be running for my life. Like, for real. It was awful. And they all just could say their own names. And they're all called stuff like Upsy Daisy and Whoopsie Doopsie. And, like, what is that? Why do they all have names like that? And why are they like, Whoopsie Doopsie pondered deeply and while she had a cup of tea? And she thought to herself, "Oh, Beepy Whoopie over there has got a
What
cup."
would be
I
a Canadian baby show?
I don't know, dude. I watched Barney and Sesame Street. Like I grew up hard, dude. I grew up on the streets.
Also, they were American TV shows.
I grew up on the streets, the Sesame Street, Sesame Streets.
Yeah,
you're welcome.
I don't really...
Thank you.
Yeah, and good night. I don't remember watching that many like of those kind of like live like puppet shows or like as you say like Sesame Street and Barney's the two that I can remember. I feel like pretty quickly just went into cartoons.
Yeah, me too. Fox Kids, Spider-Man, animated 1994 series, the X-Men series.
You ever watch Live and Kicking
No.
with Andy Peters?
Andy Peters. Who's that?
Yeah, I'm aware of that guy. Yeah. No.
Pass.
It was see we missed out on all the British kids shows.
I'm kind
I
of glad,
honestly
though.
can't remember. Yeah, mostly
I'm kind of glad
cartoons.
because most of your guys' stuff is like men, full-grown adult men in big old suits where they look like creepy creatures.
Barney and Big Bird.
Yeah, but Big Bird was a puppet. I'll have you know. Barney, fair enough. But Big Bird,
Gordon
those
the
are
Gopher. Fucking
those are
Sean, there we
puppets.
go. All the
Gordon the
classics. Gordon the
I don't know.
Gopher, City and Sweep.
Look,
Yeah,
dude.
there was a hell of a lot of puppetry going
Classics.
on in the UK.
Why are they all fucking duos? Can nobody do anything themselves? Zig and Zag, Sooty and Sweep, Gordon the Gopher. No, Gordon the Gopher. Sorry, I thought it was Gordon
there
the
we go.
Gopher.
He was baller. He had his own show.
Bolo.
Gordon the Gopher.
Gordon and Gopher. I would watch that. But yeah, In the Night Garden, terrifying.
Yeah, no, them kid shows always. When I'd go around to like,
Yeah.
it would be like, the hell's
It's,
going on?
I don't
here?
know. There's something terrifying. Like, I'm not exaggerating. Like, I actually get freaked out as a grown adult man whenever it's like some creepy British dude comes on and he's like, "This evening we will be going deep inside the night garden."
What
And
is
I'm
that
just
guy
like, "Oh,
that's always
ew."
on kids' TV? He's like
Freak.
really, really happy. Looks like he's on constant. He's wide-eyed. Like
Mr. Tumble? No.
Yeah, that guy.
See, see, Sarah likes
That
Mr.
dude.
Well, we've had this conversation before where it was like Mr. Tumble. Sarah,
You need to get off that Adderall or something.
yeah, she was
Calm
like, I
down.
don't like him, but I like Justin. I was like, they're the same person. It's the same guy. It's not a different guy. Justin and Mr. Tumble are one person, Sarah. I was like, no, I can't stand Mr. Tumble, but Justin's okay.
It's split for
An
kids.
acting masterclass.
Yeah,
That guy's yeah.
he's like
Just
that
convincing
movie
people he's-
Split.
Yeah, it's split for kids.
Yeah. Oh, here. Do you want to hear like a really weird story about kids TV? Of something that me and Sarah discovered recently. It's actually horrifying, and cause I'm sorry, everybody that watches the show. This is actually the worst thing ever that I found out. So we put on a thing for our son called Blippy, and Blippy is kind of like, yeah, I know. I was like, what is he, a fucking Italian puppet or something? Blip.
Bleepy.
So he's pretty much this guy, right? And he's just, yeah, one of these things where I'm like, I'm a bit weird whenever it's just like a grown adult man running around like a weirdo. I'm kind of like, that's weird. But his whole thing, right, is he goes around and he teaches kids about stuff. And I actually didn't mind it for Alex because I was kind of like, you know, he's going around, he's dressed stupidly, and he's acting like a kid, and he's like, like running around, whatever, but then he'll actually talk about stuff, and Alex was engaged, and he's teaching him about animals, and it actually seems like somewhat educational, and he's not treating the kids like absolute morons, so I'm all for that, because I think that whole, like, you know, where's the square thing, that's stupid. Your kid's not that dumb. Your kid knows where the square is. Grown adult man doesn't know where the square is. That's weird. So, yeah, Blippy, I thought, you know what, this guy's pretty cool. He's all right. He did a good job. Although, deep down, I sort of knew anybody that kind of does this show and has that weird energy must be a freak underneath. I just kind of knew it. So, I decided to look him up. And I was like, I know there's no going back once I find out what this man is really like. But then, wasn't I surprised whenever I seen he was a war veteran? And I was like, holy shit, right, okay. And then read some of his story, and it was like, you know, this guy, I forget his actual name now, but he, you know, he was in the Army or the Air Force or something, and he came back and he went to visit his nephew or something like this, and he seen the absolute garbage he was watching on TV, and then realized that there was really nothing that he could put on for him on the likes of YouTube, like, which would be a free platform for parents. It's like there's nothing there of educational value. So that's whenever he decided to start doing something. And I was just like, this guy's a cool stand-up guy. And then if you scroll to the bottom of his Wikipedia, there's a thing where it just says Steezy Grossman. And I'm like, what's that then? And it's like, so this guy used to do gross out comedy back in the early 2000s and became infamous for a video where you remember the Harlem Shake? Remember that old fad? Everybody remember the Harlem Shake? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So he done the Harlem Shake, but it started out, you know, the way it's always like one person and they're like dancing, and then something crazy happens when the beat drops.
Brilliant.
So his character, Steezy Grossman, who is meant to gross you out, it's like he's on a toilet. He's just sitting there with his pants around his ankles, and he's like sitting there, and the beat's going boop, 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 boop. And then it does like, do the Harlem Shake. And then it cuts, and Steezy Grossman, a.k.a. Blippy, is standing on top of the toilet, completely naked, with his ass out, and he has some other guy on the ground, sort of like he's up against a wall. Like if you imagine his ass is against the wall and his
I don't
feet,
like where this is going.
his
It's
feet
like
are,
he's an L shape.
he's like an L shape, but his feet are pointing up the wall and his face is on the ground, and they're both wearing like goggles and shit. And yeah, so then this guy, this kid's entertainer, Steezy Grossman, aka Blippy, just like does a complete diarrhea on this guy.
Nice. Nice. That's good. That's good.
And it's
No.
so disgusting. It's so gross.
That's good. Hey,
Give somebody a
thing.
job. Like, is it
It's a
somebody
thing.
like got a job in
It,
children's
like,
entertainment?
Well, nobody gave him a job. He made it
I
himself,
suppose-
Michael.
Yeah, well.
So like this was this was before he done Blippy, the kids show, and I feel like it's a horrifying fact if any parent ever watches this show and doesn't know what Blippy's really like. He's weird, man. And now I can't look at him the same. I was like, your show's good for kids,
See?
but still, you shit on a man.
literally
You
went through it.
diarrheaed on someone's face, dude. To the Harlem Shake, for love of God. And you know it's hard to find, but you can find it. You can find it because
It'll be right next to Mr. Hands. Oh, don't look it up.
I found it. I told my wife to never look it up, and I was like, you don't want to because I will forever, and like my dying breath, I'm still gonna have that image in my head. Like that will definitely never go out of my mind. Is that that guy who's teaching kids about little animals standing on a toilet, and it's like the shit isn't even shit. It's just like water shoots out, and I'm like, it's impossible to be fake as well. And his guy's on the ground, takes it in the face, and just starts like gagging. I was like, oh.
There you go.
I'm
Freaking
like,
old school
so-
jackass.
this all started from, I wonder what he's like in real life. So
You shouldn't
Top
have went
10.
down that rabbit hole.
There it is.
never meet your heroes, kids. Never meet your heroes. Because they might poop on people for fun, for views. Maybe that could be our next podcast.
Maybe
Maybe not.
three. I don't know. Two people. 3 people. 7 cups. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
That was a thing. So that
Oh look,
was
Paul and Barry. Right, sorry to carry on with the
Paul and
British.
Barry.
Did you ever see the Chuckle Brothers?
I thought they were 2 of the Beatles. Paul and
The
Barry.
Chuckle Brothers. Did you ever see the Chuckle Brothers? Chuckle Vision.
I've only seen them in later life, and it's embarrassing.
Oh yeah, later life it was there.
Yeah, you know what? The comments are right. Quickfire News is a disaster. It is a disaster.
I feel like
right
that
now.
was. I feel like that was a play on the diarrhea thing.
Yeah, you rambled about diarrhea.
I did. That's true.
you.
Sorry. Whenever it was like Quickfire News isn't what I thought it would be, we probably didn't think we would be ousting Blippy as a diarrhea bandit or something.
Diarrhea fiend.
Oh, what a fiend. Well, that's it for Quickfire News. I don't know. It's pretty old news, but yeah, you should look up Blippy. Go watch his
Next week
kids
you'll
video.
have you'll have like a machine gun sound. Quickfire news.
I should call it slow burn news or something. Like it has to be the opposite. We don't do anything quick around here.
Watching paint dry news.
Yeah. But don't forget. So it's okay. It's all good, man. Right, we'll move on to what I was talking about before. Offspring, man. So, yeah, like I said, this is relatively fresh news, freshly baked. They're in the comments, we got a little bit there, so I think it's still up in the air because Offspring haven't like fully actually given a statement on this. But the drummer spoke out and said like, oh, he's being kicked out of the band essentially because he won't have the vaccine. But I think, you know, if you can read between the lines, what I think is happening is that they're gonna tour and they're gonna spend time in the studio, and the management have basically said no, like it's too dangerous for you to be a part of this and travel with us and do all this stuff because you're refusing to get vaccinated. So yeah, in the Sean said in the comments, like I think it was their management's call due to the requirement in a lot of U.S. venues for acts and staff to be fully vaccinated, which is another thing. But this is where I think it would be interesting to get your guys' takes. You know, let us know what you think in the comments about this as well, because the interesting part is that it's not just like a I don't want to get vaccinated thing. The guy's got like some sort of some form of disease or something that he's worried that he would be very vulnerable to actually having problems after the vaccine, rather than he thinks it would actually be safer for him to get COVID rather than the vaccine, to be honest. for whatever it is that he has. And I don't know if that's very flawed logic, like, but he has a reason. And there is this kind of like, I don't know, people are going to sigh whenever you say it, but there is a bullying culture into, you know, vaccinating people where it's kind of just like, if you don't, it's just like, fuck you. Oh, yeah, get out of here, unvaccinated leper. And it's just like, well, look, not everybody believes that the government are planting a microchip in your arm. Everybody's not crazy. There's some people that are doing it for what might be legitimate reasons where they feel like it could be extremely harmful to them given their situation. So, yeah, I don't know. What do you think about this? If, like, I can actually read you from the article here. So, the drummer from the Offspring said a doctor had advised him not to have the jab because he has a rare autoimmune disorder. He wrote on Instagram he's unable to comply with what is increasingly becoming an industry mandate, and as a result, it has recently been decided that I am unsafe to be around in the studio and on tour. Let's see. So, yeah, the musician said he first experienced Guillain-Barré syndrome, where a person's immune system damages their nerves in childhood, and the effects have gotten progressively worse over my lifetime. For him, the risks of having a COVID vaccine far outweigh the benefits, he said. Yeah. So, I don't know. What do you think about, like, this is weird that it's like, I mean, that's his career, that's his livelihood, and it's with what seems like a very reasonable issue for him. He's basically being told, like, well, no, you can't do that, then you're just gonna have to not be in this band for now. Like, do you think that's a bit too much?
I think, to me, I only became aware of this story whenever you said we were going to talk about it tonight and stuff, and then you're reading Sean's comments and stuff there. So reading between the lines, I feel like it is a case of now you would think that everybody would have their ducks in a row and would have talked to each other about it, like behind closed doors, and it would have been like a message that was unified coming from all of them. But it seems like he's taken it badly, and the reason that they've dropped him is just literally because of practicalities. Look, at the end of the day, we can't get past the fact that we're going to be traveling to different places, different venues, different countries perhaps, or whatever, and if there's restrictions in place and you have to prove that everybody is vaccinated, we can't get around that. We can't argue the point with anybody. So it's not that we don't want you to be part of the band anymore, but then is that the actual story? Because the guy is saying that he's being told that he's not safe to be around in the studio and stuff.
Yeah, but
like,
that's
where...
what I mean, is that's where it's like, you know, I know the question's slightly bigger than that. It's like you can talk about that all for logistical reasons, but then that's where it's like you get into the bigger conversation, which is for people smarter than us, like, but you know, this is where the regulation, it's like, is it too extreme? Like, whenever, you know, it's the constant argument that's going on is like the likes of COVID vaccine passports and stuff like that. Like, I seen there was a whole thing about boycotting Costa in the south of Ireland, I think, because their policy was something to do with, like, you had to have both vaccinations to go in or something. Which it's kind of crazy. Like, I mean, I'm not, you know, like, I'm an open enough person. I'm getting the vaccine, but it's like, it's not that there's people that don't have legitimate reasons for not getting it.
That's what I was going to say. I'm in agreement with you. It's like, you know, not everybody is thinking that there's microchips going to be planted in them or whatever.
You say microchips?
Oh, that's an invention.
That's a new conspiracy. Oh, I like
yeah,
that.
Watch out, people.
Microchimps. Yeah. That's my new band.
You just hide in people's closet and burst out and just go.
Man, that's throwing it back. Holy shit! Early 2000s over there.
Yeah, did you see that? That's apparently. Here we go on a tangent. Very quickly. 2000s. Did you see that apparently Seth MacFarlane has a problem with it being on Fox News now?
Because it's something that
your man Tucker what's his last
Carlson?
Carlson, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even know what the comment was, but yeah, he's
Yeah,
like,
but I mean, he hates Fox anyway. Like, I mean,
Yeah,
they've
well,
always
yeah.
hated Fox.
I know.
That's the stupid part. Is like they've made jokes for ages, and it's just like, I mean, they were a network, but then they also had fucking Fox News with all those crazy white dudes.
Fox needed a Family Guy more than the other.
yeah, very true.
Probably.
But anyways, yeah, sorry, I was gonna say about the not everybody believes they're gonna get microchips put into them.
Chimps!
So yeah, so there's certain people that won't be getting it for their own personal reasons, and I think at the end of the day, there has to be a point where you just have to realize that not everybody's going to be on the same page, and you have to treat people like humans and stuff. And as long as they're not ranting and raving about like crazy things, we're just, everybody's just going to have to like kind of learn to live together with everyone's decisions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you've like, I've got the vaccine. You said you've got the vaccine and stuff. It's like, I feel like I've done the best that I can do to keep myself safe. And then whenever you go out and you're going around places, you know that you're potentially going to be with people that don't have the vaccine, and that's their choice. And you just, I don't know, you can't get worked up about it. You can't freak out about it. Whenever it comes to like, if we were still like in a band together doing stuff and somebody decided they didn't want to, like, I don't think that's really a reason to stop playing music with somebody or hanging out with somebody. You know what I mean? So like, that's where I was trying to get into, like, what actually is it? If it was just a practicalities thing, like, we're not going to be able to take you on tour with us because every venue is going to question this. There's going to be places that you're not allowed into, and then we've paid this money to actually have you travel with us, and half the time you can't play the shows that you're getting paid for and everything. If it was a practicalities thing, fine. If a band that he's been playing in for ages has just went, I'm sorry, we don't want to see you again or play music with you again or record music in the studio with you because we think you could potentially like give us leprosy or like the microchimps or whatever. You know what I mean?
Whatever it
It's
is
like,
that you get from that.
yeah, I don't really think that's fair. You know what I mean? I don't
Yeah.
I don't get treating somebody like, oh my God, you haven't got a vaccine, you're
Yeah.
dangerous.
Especially
You know what I
whenever
mean?
you're like, I have a rare autoimmune disorder.
Exactly. The guy has a legitimate, not excuse, but concern. It's like, what will this do? And at this moment in time, there's probably not enough information as to what that would do whenever you have an autoimmune disorder, So
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get that. I mean,
Yeah.
what's your thoughts, Andy?
I'm on the same boat. The fact that a doctor came and said, look, it's in your best interest for you not to have it. And then some guy, the lead singer of the Offspring, goes, we don't care what the doctor says. You're not going to...
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
hey, Offspring, you're a professional band. Do something in advance and find out where you can go.
Yeah.
Even
or
something
that's
as
true,
small as
yeah.
that. It's like,
or
this is your job.
Postpone the tour.
Or postpone it.
I mean, they could, because I mean, they're the ones that are in demand. Like, I know they're not. The Offspring are not as popular a band as they were, and they. I don't know if they would lose money. I mean, they're still a big label band. Like, I don't know, but I know it's probably a lot to ask from somebody just sitting in his own, chair
Or if
here
it-
and
oh,
be
wait,
like, "Hey,
well-
postpone the tour, Offspring," and it's like, but I don't know if you want to, be behind your long. I mean, he's been in the band since like 2007
But
or
this is-
something. It's like, come on, dude, like you got to be behind your boy.
This is why that's exactly what I'm saying. This is why I wish it was more like a unified thing where they'd maybe talked about it behind closed doors. And if it was a practicalities thing, it's like, look, we're just gonna run into problems. We understand why you can't or you don't feel that you want to at this point in time, but we're planning the tour, so like we'll maybe get somebody else into play, but it's like you're not gone, and like
Yeah,
we can
well,
still hang
I
out.
don't know.
We can
The
still play
fact that
music and
he's
stuff.
commenting like that makes it seem.
That's
like
what I mean.
was,
It sounds like he's been kind of taken by surprise as to the decision, so it doesn't really seem like it's been talked through with him, which I don't think is fair. And I do think it's maybe at that stage where, as you say, like it's almost like a bullying kind of thing. It's like, oh, you decided not to do it. There's only one right answer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it'd be like,
And-
yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
And the gigs that we're going to play, how do they know everyone's vaccinated?
Oh, they don't. You can fake them. I mean, that's You can fake the cards. It's not like a very expensive thing to do. I don't think it's that hard to fake. I don't think people even know what they're looking for. Security and doctors don't like communicate. It's not like there's a doctor at the front door and be like, "Hey, that doesn't look like a legitimate COVID vaccine passport card thing."
This is a subway card.
Hey,
Yes, but look,
that's just a subway card.
I've got 5 stamps. I'm extra vaccinated.
Oh, dude. Oh,
It's
I'd be like,
unfortunately
I
this.
think you'll find I'm fully vaccinated.
And also
Unfortunately-
due a free sandwich.
5 stamps means that you can bring an unvaccinated person then. Yeah. Unfortunately, this is going to be another one of them modern day trends of picking a team. So.
Yeah. I don't know.
I would just like to think if I was in the same situation, like in a band of 4 and one person decided not to, that I'd be able to treat the other person as a human being and like talk it through with them and understand their point of view, sort of thing. You know what I mean? Instead of just, I feel like it's been done almost without very much interaction from him, and he's a bit surprised by it, and that's then why he comes out and it's like, it's been decided that I'm not safe to be around in the studio or at a venue or whatever. He seems obviously hurt by it, and I feel like if that was actually talked through with the people that have played music together for years, that it could have maybe got to the same decision, but where everybody was a bit more happy with the reasoning behind why.
Yeah.
You know?
To be honest, this is a band that's named their next. What was their single called?
We never have sex anymore.
Yeah, there you go.
Did we? Yeah. Is it the worst thing that they might not tour? Yeah, I mean, I think Sean makes one of the best points in the comments here where he's like, if you're being sacked from a band or being told that you can't perform due to an illness is discrimination. And this is the funny thing of like any workplace that I'm sure anybody in, you know, on this show or anybody in the comments or watching this has been in a workplace. Like, I mean, it's one of the number one things. It's like, well, you can't discriminate against somebody because they have some sort of invisible illness or a visible illness or through ageism just because they're older than you or younger than you. Like, I mean, you can't not hire someone just because you think, oh, I think they're too old to do the job. Like, you can't do that because it's discrimination and everybody's different. Like, I mean, I've been in a situation like before myself in where I've had to hold a telephone interview with someone and the person was older and their concern was that they were older and they kept telling me this and I'm like, look, don't worry about that, because in my head I have to always imagine this could be like the buffest old dude I've ever met in my life. He might be in better shape than me. Like, I don't know, have you ever seen those like old grandpa lifting contests?
You look like fucking. You look like Cable from the X-Men, just grey hair and just.
It's like where they're just like they're worried about their age getting in the way of it. It's like, well, that's if you're if you're applying to this job and you know it's a physical job, then like, yeah, that's hopefully you can do it. I don't know, but I can't just say, hey, you're old, you're not gonna be able to do this. Like you can't do that. And that's the same way you shouldn't really. I don't see how you can be like, hey, don't come on tour with us because you have an autoimmune deficiency. Like, I mean, sucks to be you, but we can't risk it. it's not
like fair. Again, like if what Mike was saying, if they done it like in a sit down mutual type of way, like the headline reads like it implies like kicked out, which like goes, whoa, that's
what I mean. If it was done in the right way,
Yeah.
we'd have probably never heard a thing about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, you guys don't have to worry because I got my vaccination card right here.
Somewhere there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Vaccinated.
I think that's a subway card. It's not. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
There it is.
Did I spell it right?
That's legit. That's legit.
I'm pretty sure that's all you need to go to Lollapalooza.
That is it.
One of these bad boys.
Sure, they're freaking. What was this thing I seen on Twitter? Hold on. It was something about
Hey,
yeah.
quick side note: Twitter got rid of fleets. Just so.
Oh yeah, I
Quick fire
didn't even
news.
know. Yeah. Fleets was never gonna They were gonna.
It was basically your story for Twitter that nobody wanted. Sorry,
But
continue.
literally went on to trending at lunchtime at work, and anti-vaxxers are pretending to be vegan to avoid potential vaccine regulations.
All right.
See, this is the type of stuff that worries me when people are pretending things.
Don't want
How
people
does-
using their imaginations out there. Don't pretend.
To be honest, I didn't click into the story because it annoyed me reading that in the first place. So I didn't want to find out anymore.
Yeah,
So-
I don't know what that means. I don't know what
Yeah,
that
I
means.
don't see how that.
Anti-vaxxers in the UK have started to declare themselves vegans on social media in a bid to avoid any potential compulsory vaccines.
So, are they trying to say that there's something in the vaccine that isn't vegan? Is there not? Is there? Is there? Like, what the fuck's in there?
There's dairy.
Gravy or
There's
something?
dairy.
to
Dairy in
avoid
it.
compulse.
I think I know. No, hold on. Right.
It's
Am I-
actually milk. They get it from the cow, and they go and then that's it.
Right. I am doing this from knowledge that I don't know if it's right. I might be giving you guys false information. I hate being the guy to do that.
This
But
episode's gonna be ripped down for misinformation.
COVID misinformation.
So go home. We love you. You're very
He's
special.
back. No, right. I think I know what they're doing. I'm pretty sure anyway. So there's been this whole thing with side note, we should just call this the coronavirus podcast.
No, you shouldn't.
Yeah, this was meant to be weeks ago. We were meant to stop talking about this.
Well,
Keep it coming.
you know what? Fucking weeks ago, it should have been gone, Mike. We were so close to president at times. So close. So we were right there. We were right there at president times, and then they went straight up unprecedented. Okay, so what I think is happening here with the vegan thing, right, is that there's been this big push and outcry from anti-vaxxers to, like, they won't tell us. I sound like I'm one of them now. They haven't, like, unveiled exactly what's in the vaccine. So, like, as in a rundown of ingredients or whatever the hell you want. So I think the
Take
idea
some garlic. Throw some garlic in. There's some sauce.
some fucking cloves. Yes. Oh, fucking beautiful. Oh man. Yeah, so I think the fact that they won't tell people exactly what's in it, then anti-vaxxers get all like, "Oh, they're not telling us what's in the vaccine," or whatever the hell. I guess the argument now is like, "Oh, I'm vegan, so I need to know what's
I can't
in
take a
this
risk,
before
yeah,
I can take it, because what if there's something to do with animals in there, and that's against my."
Meanwhile,
But
they're
so
something
you're-
on wine gums.
But
Animal fat,
your
baby.
news story also said this is their bid to avoid compulsory vaccinations. Has anybody ever threatened that?
No, but I think that's maybe they're preempting it, because this is. So I say, like, mandatory. Sorry, why was I Foghorn Leghorn? It's because I watched Space Jam too. I think they mean by mandatory vaccinations stuff like the drummer of the Offspring, or getting a coffee in Costa.
Oh,
It's
right,
like,
right,
you
yeah.
need to have a double vaccination to come in here and get coffee.
So like if it's for
Yeah,
your
it's like,
job
well,
or
I
it's
can't
something you're
take
trying to
the-
do. Yeah.
You're like, oh, I can't
I'm
get the
vegan.
vaccination because I'm vegan, and there is gravy in it,
Yeah.
chicken gravy.
Inject me with gravy. Listen, at the end of the day, who knows if the vaccination is going to work in
you know-
about a year's time? Listen, if it doesn't, just bury me with a Capri Sun, and that'll be it.
Yep, that's all.
know
That's
what?
all anyone's ever wanted.
Forget all of that. I just admire that news story for being one of the most perfect news stories for clickbait, because it'll trigger people like Andy, who's like, "What? Oh, they're talking about being vegan."
I didn't go in
Or
it.
like, what the click? But then it's also gonna trigger people who are vegan as well. It's like it's gonna trigger so many people, and I feel like that's gonna be read by a lot of people. So
Yeah.
fair play
I-
to whoever wrote that article.
I literally read the headline and went, I'm not pressing this. So I didn't.
There is a. I have said this before, but there is a beautiful art to clickbait, and I think people need to Right. I think people need to have a little bit more of a positive spin on life. You know, as much as you could get annoyed at clickbait, man, it is
You
beautiful.
gotta admire the skill sometimes.
See, whenever someone gets you, instead of getting annoyed, you gotta sit back and be like, you son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. You got me in here. You got me on the page, man. How'd you do that? How'd you get me in here? I knew it was shit, but I'm in here anyway.
Yeah.
Like, there's something beautiful about that. Because there's ones like that where you're just like, no, fuck that. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. That one's not appealing enough. And then there's like, Ben and J-Lo back together? I'm in there. I kind of have an ongoing joke with that with my wife because I don't know. This sounds like I'm hiding it still, but I don't know how, but I accidentally liked a post on Instagram about Ben and J-Lo getting back together. Yeah.
What's
so
not
now,
to like?
No, well, this is it. You know, whatever. I'm happy enough, but I mean, I
And
didn't.
apparently, she said she was the toxic one in a relationship, so Ben's just the good guy. Batman's the shit.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I liked this post, and my wife was like, "Why did you like that post? Are you like really interested in their relationship?" And it's an ongoing thing where she likes to send me updates on what Ben and JLo are up to because she thinks I'm really into it. Good for them. It brings us back to a simpler time. It's nice to see celebrity couples get back together because that rarely happens, right? I mean, rarely do they get back together. I mean, they usually get together and you're like, not gonna last.
Yeah, you're not going to see like Justin and Brittany like walk down the street.
Oh, imagine if they go back together. Nah, he fucked that shit up. Why did I say it like that? That was a weird way to say it. I knew as it was leaving my mouth it was wrong. I just mean like he did that Crimea River. He made millions off of her misery. Yeah. Good song though.
And then he apologized a little bit for it later, and everybody was like, "Ah, it's okay."
So by a little bit later, do you mean like 20 years? Because that's what it was.
Yeah, and I also mean like apologized a small bit too. Also a little bit, like it was just kind of like, yeah, that wasn't a great thing to do. I made a lot of money. I'm sorry. And
here's the Tennessee Kids.
It's just Justin, baby. I'm sorry. It's just Justin. Oh. All those songs were meant to be from Michael Jackson. And I feel like you can hear that. Justified, first album. Yeah. People wrote those songs for Michael Jackson, and then he was like, no. That was my Michael Jackson. I was going to do an impression. I'm like, no, that's too much.
I don't want to do that.
There it is. I'd rather have a gander at an anus. Sorry, I use that all the time, and it's because that phrase cracks me up so much. It's just like Dave Chappelle said it at his stand-up, and he's like, he did like a gander at the anus. I'm like, that's the funniest way to say that. And I love it.
Unbelievable.
Free Michael. He's not imprisoned. Or has conservatorship. I know. We're off the rails, which means it's time for a commercial break. That's what happens here over at Six Cent Pro Podcast. Get the vaccine,
blue
don't
cable?
get the vaccine. No, I've had this blue cable for years. I've had this for every damn episode.
I just haven't.
You're only
paid
noticing?
attention to cable.
Must have, like picked a different angle or something. It must be more prominent this evening.
I've stretched it over. I did have microphone issues at the start. That is true. So I probably pulled the microphone a bit further because I don't think my face is close enough to the camera. There we go. That's better, everyone. Now you can see me. And I don't know. I feel like you can see my tan from this angle. Can you? No. No. Oh no, it doesn't. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. That's right. Sorry, I forgot. Okay, we're gonna head to a quick commercial break. We'll be right back after these messages. Thank you. Stay tuned for more Six Pro after this.
Hey there, fresh-faced creative in a youthful advertising demographic. Does your reading material have a distinct lack of cultural nourishment for your slowly decaying, malnourished soul? Stop! Put that garbage down. Everyone knows you shouldn't get your news from old mediums like paper. That's 2/8 century. Plug into the information superhighway, loser, and read a zine. It's like a magazine, but without all that dumbass paper. Read Stranger Days, the arts and culture e-zine. It's got music, comedy, art, poetry, tarot cards, cinema, Year Spaceship, comics, podcasts, and Jim Carrey. Read Stranger Days now, because between you, me, and your trusty canine companion, we know fluffy cuddles and e-zines are the only way to push back the existential dread slowly consuming your every waking moment. Hold back the darkness today with Stranger Days. Available now at strangerdays.wordpress.com.
If you want to wrap your ears around all the music we've been talking about on the podcast, we run a special playlist over on Spotify. It's called Distant Sound Waves. Here over at Six Set Bro, we always thought, well, what's the gosh darn point of doing a music podcast if you can't let people hear any music? There is a whole lot of legal mumbo jumbo and copyright issues that prevent us from actually doing that on the pod. So we thought that was a pretty good compromise. We make a playlist and it gets updated every single month. On the playlist, we have things like all the new singles from local homegrown talent that we've talked about. Maybe some of the bigger artists that we've had conversations about, we'll put those guys on there. Or maybe it's just something new that we stumbled across and we've been talking about on the podcast. It is all there. You can find Distant Sound Waves by searching for it on Spotify, or you can find the links all over our social medias.
We are Year Spaceship, a music and arts collective for everyone. Created by these two little scamps who grew up in Scarborough, Ontario, moved to Belfast, started playing in bands, and met tons of super chill, talented human beings. They met this guy who grew up in Jersey and also moved to Belfast. They started a record label together. They started a podcast, and they started a collective dedicated to showcasing independent music and art from all over the planet. The Year Spaceship Collective is here to shout through the internet into the eyes and ears of anyone who will listen. We want to hear about your struggles, accomplishments, and latest projects within the art community. If you're a musician, artist, writer, director, poet, comedian, animator, whatever medium you work in, if you're expressing yourself, we want people to see and hear your world. We want your stories on our Instagram page. We want your music on our playlists. We want to talk to you on our Six Set Bro podcast. We want to showcase your content on our YouTube page. We want to build a community. The Year Spaceship Collective. Avoid conspiracy theories. Keep art strange.
Welcome back to the show. Damn, those commercials are so dang inspiring. They're so inspiring. Distant Soundwaves playlist. It's your last chance to get this month's, or I say this month's, last month's, July's playlist. We're going to update it next week. And I think what we will do, and we'll talk about it at the end, we're going to listen to as much N.I Music Prize music as possible. All the contestants? I don't know. Doesn't matter, because they're Yep. And we're going to listen to as much as that as we can. We're going to pick some of our faves, and we're going to put them on the Distant Soundwaves playlist next week. Also, if you missed the chance to get our official Cosmonaut t-shirt, that's done. The Doomsday Collection only lasts 1 month. Thanks to the people who did buy it. Some people bought those, and they shared the pictures and stuff, which is really awesome. Doomsday Collection is our clothing collection that we release a design every month. Only lasts for the month, never do it again. So it's a one-off. If you want a unique t-shirt, it's a good way to support the podcast and a cool way for you to show your support to the show. But have a cool shirt that nobody else is gonna have, because who else is gonna have that shirt? There's probably only about 3 people that got the last one. So that's cool, because you know what I hate is whenever you go to Primark, because you're poor, and you buy a jacket. You buy a jacket in Primark, and then you walk down and you're like, you know what? This is a good buy. This is a good deal. Oh no, there's an old weird guy wearing it, and it's.
See what happens, Mike? He gets eligible one time. One fucking time.
I know.
One
yeah.
time.
It looks weird on that guy, and now I'm wearing it, and now I gotta burn it. Is the only answer. But I have good news, folks. New Doomsday shirt is out. It is out right now. Didn't even announce it yet. It's not even on the Instagram. If you're watching this live, it is out right now. I will take you to the page. You have no idea what you're in store for. The best Doomsday design yet. Doomsday number 3. Eligible. Oh, dang.
It
Is
works
that
on so many
warehouse
levels.
big enough for
Oh,
your
damn.
ego, dude?
Somebody buy me the shirt, man. Look, if you have been on the eligible list for the Northern Irish Music Prize, pick yourself up a shirt, man. You deserve it. Oh, dang. You can get it on all sorts of things. Look at this guy. His hair looks pretty. Yeah. This guy looks kind of awkward, to be honest. He's kind of like, why am I here? But yeah, the eligible t-shirt is available now. It says eligible on it. And that's all you need to know about that. And it's, I mean, that one's kind of expensive, to be honest. This is the
Maybe
cheapest
don't buy
one.
that one.
Maybe don't buy that one. It's hard, dude, because we don't make our own merch. We gotta, we make designs and we upload them and then somebody else takes care of that. So we get very little from this, but I mean, it's still
Redbubble
cool.
gets about 14 pounds.
Yeah, they
of
get
that
most of
t-shirt.
that. We get that 10p, and
For
we,
anybody
we'll
listening,
really,
the t-shirt costs
we will
14.10.
really pump that into the show.
Yeah.
We'll really put those pennies into the show, man, and you'll see the production value just shoot on up. Like, Andy was right. This blue cable didn't exist before. He's right. I used those 10
Used to be
pennies.
black
Blue
and
cable.
I
got
used those
paint.
10 pennies. I didn't even get a new cable. I just painted it with acrylic children's paints that I picked up for all the money that we made on the last shirt drop. So, yeah, Doomsday Collection, new one out now. Distant Soundwaves playlist next week with N.I Music Prize. People, I missed the button the first time. Timing was all off. I hope I don't become uneligible after that shit show. Right, so Lollapalooza. Lollapalooza.
Yeah, I'd like to see Offspring walk through that.
Lollapalooza. Yeah, so probably good thing that their drummer's not at this. So, I mean, we got a couple of things, and we obviously got, I really wanted to call this episode DaBaby's DaBoo-Boo, or something. DaBaby's Boo-Boo. But I thought that was, like, too shitty a name. I did put it in the description, though. DaBaby makes a boo-boo. It's so fucking dumb. Well, we'll talk about that. I mean, first of all, I think we just need to acknowledge that sort of horrifying picture. As much as I wanted the first picture of festivals being back to be like, oh man, it's a good feeling. It was kind of more like, no, I'm not. No, I don't
It's like, as soon
that.
as I seen that picture, I was like, I'm gonna send this into the group chat and go, hey, people want festivals back. Take a look at
Yeah.
this picture.
I don't want that festival back. And I love how like the mayor of Chicago and stuff, that's where Lollapalooza is held. They were like, yeah, like everyone's vaccinated, and you're like, how do you know that? Like you don't know. You don't know that everyone's vaccinated. What they had they had a Subway club card on them. They had a Tesco club card on them. They don't have Tesco in Chicago.
Chicago.
Get your ideas together, Mayor of Chicago. Accepting Tesco club cards as vaccine passports, you fool.
No, but that
yeah.
like goes to what I was saying. Remember when the football was on? Like you can structure some sort of system, but with a festival and music gigs, you can't.
Oh,
structure
it's
a
just
system.
absolute mayhem. I mean, if you're,
In all
I'll pull
fairness,
it up
the
here.
football looked just as scary, like, too. To me, anyways.
There was something.
But it wasn't
yeah.
that.
There was something slightly more terrifying about just this one image where everybody was on top of each other. Like,
Now-
I mean,
Now, where the event is taking place, football had it structured. Once they get out, that's your own personal thing. Like, that is inside the venue.
So many pop-ups. So many pop-ups. Go away, Jonas Brothers. Why are you popping up? Go away, Square
Oh
Online.
my god.
There's... Oh my!
I feel
Oh
like
my!
this is like
What
a
is this website?
You might
Futurama
need
episode.
malware.
It's so crazy, dude. Sorry, look at this guy. I know I'm getting distracted, but get to know
thought it was-
experimental bass artist Canvas. He's kind of like, shh, don't tell
I
anyone
thought that was
about me."
Anderson .Paak there for a sec from like 2003 or something.
2003. Oh man, you have a new song out with Bruno Mars again. So
Yeah, bring the album out though. Yeah,
Bring the album out. Yes.
yeah, bring the album
Yes.
out. That's it.
Bring the album out. Yes. Yes, I agree. Bring the album out.
Don't need another single. I don't think
I
the
know.
single's as good as the first one. But anyway,
Oh, actually, well, I don't know. I kind of love it. It was funny because like I was watching the video.
that's not a second single. It's not.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think they're biding their time because they're like, oh, we want to tour this shit. But
Have
you
they
know.
made an album? They just put
Well,
out
I'm
songs.
I'm asking that too. I didn't know if there's definitely going to be an album, but they said there was. Anyways, yeah, I said it to my wife because she was like, "Didn't your mom go and see Bruno Mars?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I thought it was lame, and now I think it's really cool.
Bruno Mars was cool back then. Versace.
well,
that was great.
I don't know. I was just like, right, because we were sitting watching the video like 2 nights ago or something, and we were watching it, and I was like, look, don't get me wrong, Bruno Mars is cool. I don't really listen to his music, like, I'll be honest, whatever.
That
And I think
24 Karat Gold album's great.
It's 24 karat magic.
So good.
Yeah, so like my mom went to see him, and I'm kind of like, well, that's the level he's at. I was like, he's all right, but you know, mom's going to see him, so whatever. But I was like, Anderson .Paak is so cool that his cool just kind of like oozes off of him, and it like leaks into other people. So it's like Bruno Mars spent some time in a room with him, and all of a sudden he had, like star sunglasses and shit.
Fuck off.
Yeah, dude.
No,
Yeah.
Bruno Mars is cooling himself. He didn't need Anderson .Paak.
Oh man, he got cooler.
No.
He got fucking cooler, and I
No.
will never back down. He got
No.
way cooler. Oh dang, he did. And they both transported back to the 1970s somehow. Just in everything they do now. Incredible stuff. Sorry, I had to stop sharing my screen because I think my whole internet started lagging. I can't handle this shit. Can't handle it. But you get the point. If you're watching the video, a lot of people there at Lollapalooza. Yeah, so kind of like a COVID.
Super spreader event? Is that what they call them?
Yeah, that's actually the term I was looking for that I can think of there. Super spreader event. Or super spreader, whatever. Yeah, so I don't know. And people were kind of like, Chicago, like, I'm not dissing Chicago. Chicago's cool, man. Chicago, they got that thick crust pizza, you know? But people were like, they need the money. They need the money, so they're kind of just like, Lollapalooza. Yeah,
Happy to
it
take
was
some chances.
it was 100% safe, definitely. And it wasn't because we made a lot of money off of it. It's just it was the safest festival ever. And then you just see these images of like all these people fleeing along, like people sneezing in other people's faces, like fucking Fred Durst getting down out of the crowd, just
Rubbing
know.
his hair all over people.
yeah, getting his fucking gray dad hair in everyone's faces. And they're like, no, look, it was pretty safe. I'll have you know everyone was vaccinated. I checked it myself, said the mayor. Every single person, I checked it myself. So, yeah, I mean, we'll see in a couple of weeks, right? That's how it works. It's like a couple of weeks down the line, we'll be like, what's that giant spike? I was like, oh, that was Fred Durst's hair. I did that one. Yeah. Oh. My wife says it's a picture from 2018. Like, I'm sure it was just as packed, but why do a photo from 2 years ago for the article? That's true. I didn't even read that. Sorry, my internet started breaking whenever I was sharing my screen. I don't want to share false information about Lollapalooza. Yeah. Why is this from... What? Yeah. What? what? From 2019? What's going on here? Oh, I'm just back on Fred Durst's stupid hair again. What has happened?
There he is.
What is going on? Ah, Fred Durst. Who's this? Is that the band? No.
Stu's
I
getting
thought that was Fred
distracted
Durst
by
again.
his internet.
Oh, who's this? That is also Fred Durst? And that could also be Fred Durst. No, it's Ace Frehley, my computer just told me, in a small, tiny pop-up. Who's Ace Frehley?
That's your metadata.
Whatever.
You gotta fill that shit out. If you're putting
Yeah,
your
I am
pictures
being-
online.
I'm being hacked as we speak. Right now. Lola, how do they expect you to spell that shit? Lollapalooza. Crowded Lollapalooza Music Festival could bring cascade of COVID cases. Ah! Yes, I'm happy, The Guardian. Experts warn. Infectious disease experts worry that precautions were insufficient and infections may have spread among the 100,000 daily audience. Yeah. Oh, there's an
There it is.
image.
From
I can't
CBS
honest-
News.
Yeah, I honestly can't understand why we keep throwing ourselves under the bus. Yeah, I mean that's a fair point. It's a fair point. But that's the human species, right? We just love to die, I guess. How hard is it to play a fucking video? There we go.
See,
Yeah,
that's
that
well
really
organized.
added-
That's cool.
Everyone's vaccinated there, Andy.
That's cool.
I'll have you know the mayor was there checking it.
That's cool.
Just walking around everybody. Hey, you vaccinated?
But also,
Yep. Okay.
I,
That checks
I
out.
don't want to get into the weeds, but also just do your thing. There's places that have been shut
That's the
down.
thing,
For,
it's like-
there's places that have been shut down since the whole thing, and places that have been open, and the places that have been open have exactly the same infection rate as the places that have been closed. What are we doing?
It's all gravy, baby. Anyways, speaking of babies, DaBaby made a boo-boo. Oh,
Oh, what a transition!
I can't do it. Yeah, DaBaby. I don't know if you guys seen this, right?
I did.
Well, I say you guys, but I mean the virtual guys. I know that you guys seen this. I know that. He's seen it. An old cash register down there. He's seen it.
I feel like sorry, Nandez's sound effect there. I feel like he has like a mouthwash or a chewing gum or something. I can picture him at the top of a mountain.
Like some Old Spice or something.
Yeah, like with very fresh breath. And yeah, it's a
Well, look,
windy mountain. His
I
clothes
don't
are
have
all
a
like...
lot of time, guys. I made it in like 3 minutes right before it didn't.
No,
take
I'm
3
saying
minutes. It
I
took
like
2
I like
seconds.
that. It brings pictures to my mind's eye. So I do appreciate that.
Available in peppermint and spearmint. There you go. It works. Yeah, I feel like your noise sucks now.
Yeah, it's not great.
Your noise used to be cool and now it's fucking shit. Yeah, so yeah, DaBaby, it's a dumb name, very dumb name, DaBaby. Anyways, yeah, I know you shake your head all you want, but you know what? There's DaBaby, there's Lil Baby, there's Young Thug, there's Thuggy Thug Man. Too many stupid names, too many stupid rap names. DaBaby just decided, you know what? I'm gonna play Lollapalooza, and then I'm just gonna go nuts for a couple of minutes and start saying some random weird shit about AIDS, just for no reason. Yeah, I don't, man. I'll get the quote up, but I feel dirty just saying it. Oh, I said Lollapalooza, and I think he said it at Rolling Loud, and then he was banned from Lollapalooza. Sorry, I'm getting, yeah. I'm talking about that festival too much. So, yeah, he, at Rolling Loud, he's sort of just like, it's hard, Right? This is what gets me is like, I get that there's some people defending it, being like, oh, cancel culture too crazy. I'm just like, why did he start saying this stuff? It's so like unsolicited. Like, I
Yeah,
mean,
there's no
so
need to. Yeah.
he just comes out and he's like, just all of a sudden starts saying, right, and I am sorry, these are not
Just
my
bring up
words.
the
This
quote.
is little DaBaby. This is little DaBaby's words. No, I'll read it. Don't worry.
Okay.
Not word for word, obviously. He says, if you didn't show up today with HIV, AIDS, any of them deadly sexually transmitted diseases that'll make you die in 2 or 3 weeks, put your cell phone light in the air. Okay. And then he continued, ladies, if your private parts smell like water, don't know what that means, put your cell phone light in the air. And he's like, fellas, if you ain't suck a N-words D-word in the parking lot, put your cell phone lights in the air. Keep it fucking real, boys. And everyone, like, the whole management team for DaBaby's like,
What fucking planet is this guy on?
what? Why is... What? Why is he saying this? Who brought up AIDS? Who said AIDS? Nobody was talking about AIDS. Nobody was talking about AIDS. And then DaBaby's like, AIDS, put your cell phone lights in the air. It's like, I don't think... I don't think that's gonna get people on board to put their cell phone lights in the air. Hey, if you don't have an illness that could kill you, put your cell phone lights in the air. Haha, look at all them lights out. You motherfuckers gonna die. Yeah, it's like what was that? Why? Why?
Just a young dude on stage, I guess.
It's just not. I mean, I'm a young dude, not on stage, but
You're not
on a
performing in front
platform.
of 700,000 people.
Well, I mean, people
I'm
can't
not
see
defending
the
them, by the way.
Yeah,
People
you'd
can't
think
see
you'd
the
be
podcast
more
numbers.
reserved.
people can't see the podcast numbers, Andrew. We don't know for sure, but I've never came on and be like, you know what? If you have HIV, AIDS, or any other sexually deadly diseases that kill you in 2-3 minutes,
Shout out in the comments.
shout out, man! Hit that subscribe button. That's like, what?
Yeah, it's
Sorry,
really...
what did he say there? Where did that come from? That was weird. So yeah, DaBaby made a little DaBoo.
Did you read his apology thing?
Yeah. So here's the thing, right? First apology, not really an apology, just kind of him doubling down. He uploaded an Instagram video. We should really get the quote from that because I don't. Oh, here we go. Sorry. DaBaby doubled down in his Instagram stories in a series of 19 videos. The rapper told his critics to shut the fuck up, while adding, what I do at a live show is for the audience at the live show. It'll never translate correctly to somebody looking at a little 5-6 second clip from their goddamn crib on their phone. I just don't work like that. So far, not so good, but still hasn't said anything horribly damaging. He goes on and he says, because regardless of what you motherfuckers are talking about and how the internet twisted up my motherfucking words, me and all my fans at the show, the gay ones and the straight ones, we turned the fuck up. Right. He's not done. He also said, I'm talking about my boy that was at the front of stage left where I jumped ask him. I don't even know what that means. He got clips all on his shit. The whole night he was recording, we were turned the whole night. I didn't understand any of that. My boy had the crop top on front row. He out there in that jungle, in that water. He out there, he's standing on the rail, goddamn cutting up. He knows the words to the song, and I'm rapping them something with him. It said B word, but I'm like, what if he's referring to his own lyrics, but he's calling them bitches, I guess. I wasn't going on no rant. He said that's called a call to action. That's what that's called, because I'm a live performer. I'm the best live performer. I'm the live show killer. You interact with your fans. You get what I'm saying? All the lights went up, gay or straight. You know why? Because even my gay fans don't got fucking AIDS. They don't got AIDS. My gay fans, they take care of themselves. They ain't going for that. And I refuse to read the rest because it gets really gross. But clearly DaBaby doesn't understand HIV and AIDS and the people that live with that illness, and he is still having this weird like 1980s approach to it being like some sort of only disgusting people get it from doing disgusting things. Like, I mean, it's not how it works. So pretty uneducated in the whole thing. And then what happened after that was he got dropped from like a whole bunch of festivals. Like loads of people were just like
stuff.
Yeah, everyone was just like,
I think Elton John actually had something to do with one of them.
So many people did.
The guy that went on stage with Eminem after his gay bashing.
I would say in this day and age, though, I mean, this is nuts. So he gets dropped from all these, and then can I just tell me what you think of this, right? Because I fully believe what I'm gonna say at the end. So this is the most recent apology, right? And it says, social media moves so fast that people want to demolish you before you even have the opportunity to grow, educate, and learn from your mistakes. As a man who has had to make his own way from very difficult circumstances, having people I know publicly working against me, knowing that what I needed was education on these topics and guidance. It's been challenging. I appreciate the many people who came to me with kindness, who reached out to me privately to offer wisdom, education, and resources. That's what I needed, and it was received. I want to apologize to the LGBTQ+ community for the hurtful and triggering comments that I made. Again, I apologize for my misinformed comments about HIV/AIDS, and I know education on this is important. Love to all. God bless. DaBaby.
No.
So written for him.
Not DaBaby.
Totally not DaBaby.
A team of people who have poured over
that was a big old team, because
hours and days.
Man just said a minute ago. All the lights went up, gay or straight. You want to know why? Because even my gay fans don't got fucking AIDS. Okay, so he went from that to, I'm sorry for my triggering comments. What I need now is education and patience. I'm like, yeah. Okay, that's the biggest turnaround in history. Management
Somebody's
team was
trying
like,
to save
we
their
gotta
paycheck.
fix this. We gotta fix it quick. We gotta fix. He's been dropped by everything. He's been dropped. We gotta get him back
Losing
in.
money left, right, and center.
Oh damn, man, that was. Whenever I read that, I was like, that's so funny, because it's just like, I know it shouldn't be a laughing matter, but I'm like, so didn't write it though. And it's like, you're fooling nobody.
Strong to assume though, right?
Oh no, but I'm right.
100%. Yeah. 100% sure of that.
1,000,000% right. 1,000,000%. I'm owning it. I'm so didn't write it. Didn't write it. I don't even think he knows it's out. He didn't even have to read it at the end before it got posted. They're just like, no, let's just not involve him in.
See, the weird thing about all that is, like, this guy's kind of like I feel like an in-between stage. Like, he's obviously big enough, like, he's playing festivals and stuff.
He
but, like,
shot up really quick, and he was like, oh, he's the next big thing, and this is this is a critical moment. Like, this is his big
is it
scandal.
though? This was my thing. So, like, I feel like he hasn't hit the point yet where he's on enough like general people's radars. So it's like, how damaging will this be? It will be like, as most scandals like this are, it's like it's damaging immediately, but then like if people kind of clamber back and try and save it and everything, there's definitely a PR team writing apologies and stuff and try and sort it out. I feel like it's gonna be like a rocky while for him, but like, is he gonna? That's, I suppose it's the whole thing about cancel culture. Is like, is that over? Or I don't feel like it is
Well,
over for
this is
him.
the
I don't
thing,
feel like he's
nah,
big
it's-
enough for it to be
Oh, he's
over.
huge.
If you know what I
but
mean.
He is
he's
huge. He is huge.
Yeah.
But like, this is, I mean, it's the whole thing. I mean, you could have a whole episode talking about this, but really, if I had to do a quick summary of cancel culture, because I know, look, sometimes it's warranted, sometimes it isn't. But really, at the end of the day, the whole problem with it is that it doesn't actually cancel if the person just decides to ignore it.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you can literally ignore it and still keep a fan base. Like, there is multiple people who have done stuff that has been shitty AF and then just been like, I'm just gonna keep doing what I do. I just keep doing me. And some people drop off, but lots of people are just like, just stay with us. And then some people join later who don't even know what happened. So, like, it's not a sustainable way. Like, people want to try and boycott everything, but it doesn't. I mean, I don't think it works. And, you know, I was about to say unfortunately, but it's like sometimes it's too much, and then sometimes you're like, man, that's crazy that guy can still make money.
Yeah,
Like,
I know.
I mean, one of the latest YouTube things was the whole David Dobrik thing. I don't know, you guys probably don't know
Who's
about
that?
that, but so it's too long a thing to talk about. But like, the guy used to make all these videos and like basically, like,
Is he
let's
just
say-
like a vlogger
he's a
or something?
YouTuber. He's a
Oh, right.
YouTuber. He makes vlogs and stuff, and like, you know, a lot of the stuff he did really put people in these super awkward circumstances, and he really took advantage of people for money. And with the threat of not being part of the team, they had to do these like sort of dare/prank things that were like really weird and you know, sexualized a little bit. And there was all these rumors, and I don't know. There was a lot of shit that came out that seemed like, oh, that's the end of him, and then he just kind of like loosely apologized a couple of months later, and then you know, he's just back at it.
Essentially ignored and just keep going on.
Yeah,
sort
well,
of
look
thing,
at
yeah.
Logan Paul and Jake Paul. They're just kind of like, let's just be boxers. Let's just be boxers now. And then people are like, man, they work so hard as athletes. You gotta respect them. And I was like, that's so funny, because like a couple of years ago, they were just pandering to children and trying to get kids to buy a bunch of stuff from them. Which was really weird and creepy and strange, and I don't know, Logan Paul was just like, look at this guy that committed suicide on a vlog, and everyone's like, you know what, respect to the guy. He worked really hard to get where he is now. I'm like, yeah, so cancel culture doesn't work, because he did a kind of horrible thing, but times have moved on, and he does a different thing, and he has a different audience now that don't really give a shit about what he did before. They're just like, whatever. And I'm not saying whether it's right or wrong. I know that's a very fence-sitter move, but I'm just kind of like, you know what? Time's a river and all that. It all moves on. It doesn't matter. It's like, I don't think he can constantly hold somebody accountable for something like years and years ago. Not saying it makes it right, but, you know, it's people move on, new people come to it, and they don't know what the fuck happened before. So, whatever. DaBaby made the boo-boo is the summary.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Oh man, need to rename the episode. DaBaby made the boo-boo.
It just reminds me of that. I feel like you should have like Steve Carell on the thumbnail where he talks in the baby voice in the office.
You have been quoted as saying, "Whittle iddle, Andy has a boo-boo." And Woad Island. Woad Island. Yeah, we should do shout out segment, but it's kind of not the shout out segment. It's kind of just us looking at the N.I Music Prize list. Okay, so usually we would, you know, shout a bunch of people out here. And although we will kind of do that, it's not usually the same thing. You heard us talking about it from the start. The Northern Irish Music Prize is such a big event. It happens every single year. You can submit your songs, your albums. You can be considered as best live band, all this stuff. It's kind of like the Oscars a little bit, but not. Also, I don't know. They should have an advert where it's just like, I don't know, it'll be like, hey, it's me, wee Giggles here. Oh, the N.I Music Prize coming up, and it's kind of, it's like the Oscars, but just a wee bit more crack. Why? Something stupid like that, because that's kind of what it is. Your boy Gary, big Gaz, light body, big lighty body, lighty man. He was there. Why did I don't know? People do that. Trying to find too many nicknames in the name. Big Gary light body. He was there. He got some sort of, what was it, lifetime achievement type deal.
Yeah.
Ash were there. You know, it's a big deal, is what I'm trying to say. It's like a big thing. So you submit your albums, you submit your singles, and then as long as they don't sound like white noise and complete static, you make the eligible list, which is what I'm on, because I submitted a song that I did with Sarah McCready, and it's fucking eligible, baby. Eligible! So we're on there. There's a bunch of people on there. And what happens now is the committee, or whatever you want to call them, I don't really know what the official term is for the people that go through these songs, but they have to go through all this stuff, and then they try and like get it down to a shorter list. And it goes on and on until the point where they do the award show, and there's only a handful of nominees, and then they pick, you know, best album, best single, blah, blah. If you listen to the show before, you know what it is.
It goes like long list, which is like a handful of songs. It's quite a few songs still. And then it goes short list, which is basically what they will go to the show on the night with.
Yes.
So I don't know, like, but like say, I'm just plucking numbers out of the air, but like long list could be 20 singles or something like that, 20 albums. Short list gets down to smaller, like 6 singles, 6 albums or something like that. So like if it was the Oscars, you would be going, short list would be the one that you'd be going to the Oscars as your like official nomination. Like I could win this tonight sort of thing. So that's
long list is just a bigger list than that. An eligible list is just every movie that was made that year.
Yeah, that wasn't white noise.
That wasn't white noise. That was like you went to the movie theater and something actually came on the screen, and then they're like, "Hey, you know what? You know what? Eligible." Yep.
There might be like a David Lynch white noise movie on that eligible list too, somewhere.
Yeah. So what, you're watching white static on the TV, and you're just like, I don't know. I don't think we can include this in the Oscars. And you're like, something quite.
Who made it?
Something quite Lynchian about
Hopeless
this.
is on the playlist, by the way.
I was gonna tell him about that.
I
was gonna drop that bomb later.
I didn't. Eligible.
Times two.
Double eligible. Oh, I can't even press it twice. It doesn't work that fast. There it is.
you, Andy.
Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna drop
I was just
that
literally
bomb.
looking. Yeah.
Who the heck put Hopeless on the playlist? Was it you?
Well, I didn't put it on the playlist. I submitted it.
Oh, you submitted it? Oh, cool. I didn't know if I could submit to. Well, I don't think I can, but because you did.
Sorry, Mike. Just shit on your parade.
Don't tell anyone. It's okay. We'll put your name first, and we'll say it was Hungry Ghost featuring Don Maple. And we got Don Maple featuring Sarah McCready. It's fine. That's fine.
I feel like they knew, but they found it on Spotify. Whenever I submitted my the song that I done with you, I submitted the Bandcamp link, so it was just kind of like Hungry Ghost, but then you're credited further down. But it was like it wasn't a direct link to Spotify because I knew that was gonna be like an issue, right? It's like Don Maple twice on the thing, I don't know. but
don't know.
they linked to the Spotify thing, so
We're disqualified now. Damn it! See if you take away my eligibility. I
well,
can
you'll be
bet.
eligible to like of one of them.
Eligible.
You couldn't say it, boy. That was like my wife was saying it earlier, trying to like illegible, like I couldn't write.
That's what just keeps coming to my mind every time anybody says.
Illegible,
Yeah.
A vegetable.
a vegetable,
A
and
vegetable.
a vegetable, a vegetable, onion. I don't know. Fucking, that was stupid. That was fucking stupid. Yeah. Although my wife she can also not say continuity. And why can I not say it now? Because I'm thinking about her saying it. Oh, continuity. In like continuity in a movie or whatever. Like if somebody's wearing an armband on the left, are they still wearing it on the left in the next scene, or did it swip to the right? Whatever.
I know
Yeah,
some people that can't say yellow or skeleton.
Yeah, well, it's just funny though because Sarah says continuity, and I feel like that's a whole different thing. Just like
It's the same meaning, but in very specific circumstances.
you only really see it
There's not-
crop up in
there's not-
pornography.
Yeah, exactly. They missed out on the
Continuity's-
continuity here.
it's all off. It's all off. Jesus.
At one point, it was leaning to the left. Now it's leaning to the right.
Oh dang. Oh man. Yeah, Sean, who has said that they're calling this. Sean knows the most about this because he's a nominator. Yeah, he said that's technically against the rules.
Sean,
what we've
shh.
done here. Shh, Sean. Shh.
It's not actually though, because the whole thing
Well,
is
it's
you
Mike's-
produced
it's
my
Mike's
track.
song.
Mike's song.
Yeah.
It's Mike's song. I produced it, but then we didn't want to pay to put it on Spotify, so
Yeah.
we put it on
It's
my EP.
basically yeah. It's basically
fine.
because we were trying to circumvent Spotify.
Yes.
in
pretty
that-
much.
Your PR's bad. Your PR's bad. Hey, it was a charity single. Just
Yeah, relax, dude.
It was a charity single, and I think that's
you want to go against charity, dudes?
Dude,
No,
do you
you
are
don't.
you saying you have a
Are
problem
you
with
saying
charity?
Exactly.
That would be 100% my argument if they're like they're disqualified. I was like, I'm sorry, are you saying you have an issue with charities? That's what I'm
sorry.
taking away.
I'm sorry. Do you have a?
Our next video, N.I Music Prize, has issues with charities. It's just like that will be the clickbait title. I'm not saying this shit to anyone. Yeah, our show's not popular enough. Nobody will see it. Don't worry.
Yeah.
So it's
It's
our
alright.
little secret.
We're not going to make
everybody.
the long list. Nobody cares. We're just
There are some really good,
eligible
I
or
think I'm-
illegible
Illegible.
or a vegetable.
A vegetable.
Some
A vegetable.
Some
You have to
good,
like pronounce it.
good
different.
songs in this playlist, though.
That's what I intend to get to. But I think we need like 30 more minutes of making jokes about vegetables and dicks. Right, okay. Let's jump on the old N.I Music Prize list. Cool. You guys can see this, right? Yeah.
I have it up on my
Well, I don't
My-
mean on your own phone, but like on my
Telemobile.
screen. You
Oh,
can see
okay.
it.
Yeah. Yes.
That's okay. I just want to make sure. Okay.
See.
N.I Music Prize eligible albums 2021. I think it'll be crazy if I read through all of these because there's so many. But yeah, let's have a little peek. I feel like we should do like a Wheel of Fortune thing. So it'll be like and then we just drop in on one. Dutch Schultz, we talked about them plenty of
I
times.
was going to say.
Friends like Brutus.
That's a strong pick for me.
That
That's got to
is,
be on the short list. That they got to be up there for the night. I'd be very disappointed if I don't see them there.
I have
at
to
the
admit
show.
though, this is like my favorite part of N.I Music Prize is the discovering of like bands that I haven't actually seen or heard of. Because if you just, I don't know, some people take offense to that and be like, oh, you haven't heard of those guys, whatever. But it's like if you roll in slightly different circles, it's so easy to just miss out on somebody. And there's a bunch of people I haven't heard of, not because they're not doing well. It's just more like Oh, I just haven't caught those guys yet. Whatever.
There's also so much music out. You can't
Yeah,
hear
there's a
everything.
lot. It's a
Yeah,
saturated
you
thing.
think you're involved in the music scene and trying to like listen to everything possible, and then
No.
you find that even whenever you're actively trying to participate, that you still miss shit.
Do you know what?
And good shit.
The thing that I like about this is like I done it last year as well. That I take this opportunity to listen to the ones
Yeah.
that I'm like I
Yeah.
don't know who this is. So
And
'cause
I think
I'm
that's-
sure it's the same where you click that link and then it takes you to their
Yes, yeah.
page.
And
right?
I mean, this is the thing, is that these are albums I'm looking at the minute, by the way.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean.
The,
Yeah.
the singles are great because they pop them all in a big old playlist together for you. And you can just go to town on that thing and go through all these songs and discover some awesome new bands, which is really cool. But yeah, I mean, it makes what?
So I'm just laughing at I've scrolled down there. Van Morrison, latest record project, Volume 1.
No.
Yeah, right at the bottom
There you go.
Oh,
Which
And with the
Robin
greats.
Swans
Which
very
always-
dangerous. Van Morrison with his brand new single "Robin Swan" is very dangerous. Everybody, Robin Swan is very dangerous. Is extremely dangerous. Oh, fuck me with a pipe. New Pagans, the seed, the vessel, the roots, and all. That's gotta go. That's gotta go all the way. That's gotta go the distance. For sure. Joshua Burnside, Into the Depths of Hell. Also.
Yep.
Yeah, great record. These are
Seen-
just the
Oh, are these the singles or the albums?
No, these are the
Albums.
albums.
Oh, these are the albums. I've seen the Kyoto Love Hotel. That's a single in there.
Oh, it's a single, yeah.
Yeah.
The Velvet Vortex, never heard of them.
How dare you? No, I'm joking.
The Zang, I have heard of them, but I haven't actually heard the album, The Zang. Trash Dot Man. I don't know if you're meant to pronounce it like that, but we talked about him before because I really liked his stuff. His assorted beat tip was really chill. Yeah,
God,
there's-
imagine having to filter through these to put it into
Oh,
a...
yeah, it's a lot to listen to, which is why I plan on memeing my way into the finals. Like, into that shortlist, just gonna meme my way in. And people will be like, this guy Don Mabel keeps tagging us and everything. He keeps making silly little videos all the time. I'll be like, yep, but you remember me. And that's all that matters. So, that's my plan. N.I Music Prize. Deal with it. You're gonna be getting a lot of memes over the next month. And that could either go in my favor, or they'll just immediately be like, let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this guy immediately as quick as possible. Just take a song off the playlist. We can't deal with him any longer. He keeps sending me Pulp Fiction videos, and he's putting his name on stuff that I don't know what he's doing. He got too much time on his hands. And that's the thing, I don't. I have no time. I'm still making these videos. Meme your way in, dude. You don't have the talent. Just meme it.
Cheer 'em.
Yeah,
Are we
sorry.
just scrolling, or are we going to pick anyone out?
Sorry. Right.
Simeon. Civil
That's-
Simeon.
That's my fault. That's my
Nightlife.
fault. Right. Let's take a more focused look at some of this. Sorry, I'm in singles, which is a longer list, which is why I'm just scrolling like a madman. So, and this is the thing, right? At the minute, I think we're sort of highlighting people that we have talked about on the show, which is great, and be like, oh, that's really cool, they're in there. I think all the people that we haven't, not that I'm ignoring them, but we're gonna take this week, or a couple of weeks in Mike's case, because he's not gonna be here. I was gonna say that at the end, but he's not gonna be here for a couple of episodes. But we're really gonna delve into these songs for the N.I Music Prize and try and listen to some new
Oh yeah,
music that we haven't
100%.
heard
We
of.
should be instead of just like going back and enjoying the stuff that we've enjoyed over the past
Exactly.
year. We should
Well,
be
that's the
like
thing.
trying the stuff that we haven't
Yeah.
came across.
So I'm sort of looking
That's
at
how
them
I
now
got
being like,
introduced to Arbo Party last year.
yeah,
was
for
it?
sure. And
Yeah,
I mean,
there
they're in it again. They got another record in it. Those guys, those guys grind, dude. So yeah, we got Anya with Monoxide, which we've just talked about not that long ago. Aeons and Smile. I remember bringing that up a while back.
Amy Montgomery, we brought her up, right? No?
Yes.
Am I thinking of something else?
No, you're right. Amy Montgomery. Yep. Arborist. We've talked about them too.
There's you said Kyoto Love Hotel's on there. Also,
Yep.
Laps right beside them. I'm personally a massive.
Oh, he's
fan
got
as
his
well.
own little.
Yeah. Oh, you're looking at your own thing, right? Okay.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just scrolling through.
American Guinea Pig, shout out. Those guys are big fans of the show, and I really appreciate that. I really do.
Do
Sharon?
you know what? Do you know what's catching me is the length of the songs. Like the majority of them are like 2 minutes, like just over 3. They're like quite shortish songs.
They are singles.
Playlist worthy.
Playlist worthy, yes. Do you find that crazy that hasn't changed since the days of yesteryear? The 1950s, the sort of your perfect timing for a song was like it cannot be over 3 minutes 33. It was like a 3-3-3 thing for so long, and that is still the optimum single time.
There was always these weird
3:33.
numbers and stuff, like positions on albums, like song 3, song 7.
Yes,
Stuff like that on album.
Yeah. It's just crazy that it's still like that. But yeah, I mean, I think they got slightly longer, like in the 50s especially. Like
Danny
most songs were
Larkin.
like 2 minutes long. Danny Larkin.
Oh, there's I like that song, Cookies and Cream, Daniel August. That's like 1 minute 53.
I don't know.
He was actually on. He was actually on. Oh no, it's not ATL. Some introducing radio station across the line, something.
Yeah.
He was on that the other day.
Dark Tropics. Yep.
Dana
Oh,
Nuska.
there. Oh, it's your boy. It's your boy. Dina
Embarcadero.
Nuska as well. Embarcadero. Ember Trails with Neon Jungle. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Okay, you could literally just put this play. See, there's so much. There's all the albums, and then there's what is there on this list? 100 singles.
Yes, 100. Leo Miyagi.
It's Jeff Hardy. I actually watched that video the other day.
Yeah, the video is really good,
It's great.
actually. Lemonade Shoeless right beside him. When she's becoming a favorite around here, too. Talking a lot about Lemonade Shoeless.
As Kyoto there. Machine, 91.
Laps, love those guys. Lavrango, I can't even say that. Lavangro. Oh, my mouse.
Whose song's 6 minutes? Scroll down.
It's Kelp. It's
Oh,
Up.
yeah.
Scroll up a bit. Scroll up. There, 640.
Yeah.
Help.
yeah,
Boom.
former member of.
Dandelion,
Yes.
something.
T.
Ah, dude.
Dandelion T. Why
I
did
remember
that?
seeing
That
them.
eluded me also.
Yeah.
The bassist was great.
Yeah,
Sparkly coats and his lovely
Yeah.
facial hair.
that guy
That
had
guy
a lot
was
of
a
energy. Joshua Burnside, Jordan Adatunji.
Wake Up. God, what song do you pick from him over the
Yeah.
past year?
I think that was his most successful though. In the last year's Woke Up, it was very much a.
Oh, it's Jasper Mafia. If you scroll,
Ah,
there it
yeah.
is. Dress Up for Nothing. I like that.
Oh, and there, your boy again.
There it is. Oh, Mike, drop it. Oh, look. No.
There we go.
I
You
mean,
see,
it wasn't
this
there.
Makes,
No,
this
no,
makes
no.
our stuff okay. There's
Damn,
Leo
that would've
Miyagi
been-
twice.
Oh,
It's
was
okay.
he twice?
Yeah.
Why did he get in there twice?
He's a feature.
Because it's a Jack Bashful track.
Ah,
Yeah, he's a feature.
Yeah.
See, I'm a feature on this one, everybody. So don't worry.
God,
about
that
it.
would have been. I feel. Can we rewind time? That would have been great just to see Stu just scroll and it went hope.
Yeah.
Do you think this does this coming around? We'll go to the albums because I'm sure that's what you want to go through next. Do you think this does anything for people that are thinking about doing projects to go right? like I said a few weeks ago, maybe it's a bit late and you're playing catch up right now because people have worked through the pandemic to do their own thing and promote themselves. But does this give a boost? I'm assuming the answer is going to be yes, to bands out there going, oh, remember we were talking about live shows and all that stuff, just to go out and do stuff now with this coming around, or no?
Mike,
does it make any difference?
Mike, you can answer. I talk too much.
Like, as in, so I'm eligible now and I'm trying to push my stuff more. Is that what you mean?
No, as in bands that see that, like, there's a hype around this time of year that boosts people's energy and like creativity to do music potentially for next year or the upcoming year. Or but does this have any sort of effect? Do you think this changes anything coming up in the next couple of months?
It's weird. It depends on what it's. I have very weird, complicated feelings about the whole thing. It depends on what kind of bands you're talking about. Like, are you talking about bands that maybe are very, very brand new and kind of green around the gills and maybe don't even know that there's an NI Music Prize? Or are you talking about bands that know this goes on every single year?
I'm talking about bands that I have seen personally and then I know through the podcast, and I know that they're chomping at the bit to do stuff. Like, is this going to do anything to them pushing out their stuff and potentially being
simple answer. If you're on this eligible list, I honestly feel like it's gonna try and make most people, bar myself, but most people more active in every single way that you could be. Sorry, we got there in the end. No, but what I'm saying is there's slightly complicated feelings because it's weird. It's a thing that especially new bands and stuff aren't 100% aware of, and there can be this weird thing where it's like, why am I not included? And like the answer that I would give to that 100% of the time is like, I've been there before, and the thing to know is the best advice that we ever got, like as a very young band, Stu will attest, and like we do it now and stuff, is like, you're not involved because maybe you're not in the know. You need to be involved in your local music scene and know what's going on and stuff. And it's like, it's not that anybody puts you outside of a certain circle. This is a very easy thing to apply for. Like, and as Stu says, as long as you're not submitting white noise, you will be considered at the very least. And like, if you get pushed back, then all you need to know is that maybe you need to look at like how your tracks are going, like like production level, whatever. It's like there might need to be tweaks there. It's not like it's like you're ineligible forever. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like it's hints and clues to everybody is fairly supportive in this music scene, if you know what I mean. So it's like it's just a thing like where maybe you need to get to a certain level to put your music in or whatever. So that's where my kind of complicated feelings come in, because it's like people get on this list and stuff, and then it feels like it's a weird elitist sort of thing or whatever, where there's like this music scene where everybody knows each other and stuff, and then there's certain people left on the outside. That's definitely not what it is. And I do think the point that you make that is really good is like it's a long list. So all it does is it tries to get all these people that are great artists and have put out amazing songs to kind of raise the game again and be like active on social media. And if you can start to book gigs, because it's weird, we're coming out of all this stuff that's happening and stuff too, but it's like literally just try and be more visible. And at the end of the day, if it doesn't go towards doing anything for your NI Music Prize submission, it will still 100% that kick up the ass to be more visible will do stuff for your music career. You know what I mean? Because if you're trying harder on social media, or you're trying harder to book gigs and get gigs, and you're trying harder to get radio airplay or whatever effort, if that's an increased effort from you, then it's kind of coaxed you into like trying a little bit harder for your music career. So to me, it's definitely beneficial. You know what I mean? I definitely think it does convince people to just like go a little bit
Put
harder.
stuff out there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Hot
obviously there's bands that
I feel like there's a hot take coming. I feel like you're about to be like, well, you know what I think? It's
well, if I
shit.
do
that
this,
shit.
if I do,
I
if
think
I
it's
do
the
this
worst
on
thing
the
ever.
screen, I could be part of the baby's body. Hold on. If I go like this.
DaBaby.
I
DaBaby
can't do
made the boo boo.
Oh yeah, that's weirdly very close. Yeah. If you just
So
put your head in the right spot.
with
I didn't notice that. No, I can't.
I know. I
unsee
just
it.
noticed it now as well.
Oh, you guys must be able to see something that I can.
It's the baby's shoulders and his
Oh,
big.
okay.
The picture's
I-
right behind
I
him,
see
so if he
them.
kind of just lowered himself into
Oh,
position.
okay. Oh, I like that. I like that.
Which way am I going?
And
Oh,
to the
come on.
left.
You can
Yeah,
do it.
there. And
Oh,
up a little
over,
bit.
Over,
We need a little bit of your
we
shoulders.
Need a little bit of shoulders, bruh.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Are you okay? Are you
I
squatting?
like your chain, bro.
Here we go.
Oh, your chain's really good.
Saw, dude.
Can you please stop talking about HIV? So imagine if you connected and it was just like all of a sudden you couldn't stop talking about AIDS.
I'm like
You'd
different.
be
I'm
like,
like
where
the,
did that come from?
the doctor from the quartet from Family Guy. Anyway, if anybody knows that scene.
Anyway, the audio listeners are lost at this point. It's fine. Go ahead.
God, what was my take? Oh, yes. So since we've been doing this since last year, loads of bands have come out and said we have this project, and there's nothing out yet.
Derp.
So,
But that's the thing.
We're in what month?
That's 100% a meme. You know, I would definitely kind of like recommend this to even like so young bands, but then also people that have been in the game for a very, very long time. It's just like, just don't do the big things coming thing. Just don't do it. It's just stay quiet. Just stay quiet, and then whenever you have shit, then put shit out. But don't beforehand go, oh, I'm close to being finished, but you might not actually be, because then you might, like, if you're mixing it yourself or like you have somebody working on your track, producer, whatever, you don't know what shit's gonna come in the way and delay stuff. Don't turn around and put up a post just because you're amped and you're excited for this. Yeah, it probably sounds great and it's coming along really well. Don't do the big shit's coming. Just don't do it. Just don't
big
do
shit's
it.
coming.
Yeah,
I got big shit's coming. Look out.
Because it's like
Oh, sorry.
it's like just I don't know. The worst thing to see is, like you said, is these events coming up or a topic being raised or someone saying something, and then all of a sudden you see this influx of activity on social media with like, oh, getting warmed up, haven't done this in a while, oh, all the things, and it's like, okay, right, there's stage one of stepping out of the shadow, I don't know what else to back into the scene, and then it's
back
like
into the spotlight, back into the.
And it's like,
we'll use the music metaphor. Back
just shaking the rust off, and it's like, okay, well, if you stop, the rust's gonna come back.
I do understand the reasoning behind it, right? So here's the thing. I completely get people that do the big shit's coming or whatever, or I've got something.
You gotta stop using that phrase.
But what? Because we
big
were talking
shits are
about
coming.
floppy or poppy or whatever.
Yeah,
What?
You call him? Yeah.
big shit's coming.
You gotta stop.
Was that what he said? Yeah. No. I understand the thing behind it, because I would kind of be of a similar mind where if it's just on me, I could footer about with whatever, like a project. Like, I am not even talking about music, like digital art or what anything else. To the end of time, and it would never see the light of day until I say something to someone and put pressure on myself to say, right, okay, it's coming. But there's a right way to do it. It's like if you have social media platforms and you have like a small following, like I'm even talking about like 300, 500 Facebook followers or like an Instagram thing like that, similar numbers. You don't put that up where everybody can see. You could kind of like put it on like a story or something, which is kind of a throwaway thing. It's like I'm working on stuff, that's fine. But you don't tease something, and to me, you don't tease something until it's done. You don't talk
tease, then
about something
disappear.
until it is, you know what I mean? Until it's in existence, because you don't know how things are gonna unravel. You could think you're at the end and maybe you're not at the end, and you want to hold all that excitement until you have it completely done, because your excitement is also like, it's a weird, how do you word it? It's also like a commodity or like an energy that you can waste before you release the music. So you're excited about something, but if you talk about it when you're excited about it, before it's done, it's like you've wasted that energy. And I know whenever you like work on stuff, be it like digital art or music or anything else, it's like you can be excited during the whole process, and then whenever it's done, it's like you're already done with it. So like kind of don't say then, whenever it's not out. People want to hear about your excitement for it once you're giving it out to people to listen to or to see or whatever else. It's like if you can kind of hold on to that and give all that, people want to hear that you're passionate about your project or your music or anything else. So sometimes people can kind of jump the gun a little bit too early, and it's like big shit coming. It's like this is
shits
the
are
best
coming.
stuff that I've ever done, and it's like 2-3 months before it ever sees the light of day. And maybe they kind of like actually amp somebody up that hears this, and it's like, oh man, that sounds really cool. They've sold it to me in a really good way. They sound really excited about it. They've made me excited about it too. But where is it? I can't find it. I can't see it, whatever else. And then as your excitement goes away, so does that person that maybe you've managed to reel in. So to me, it's kind of like hold on to that until, don't say anything until it's in existence, until it's done, you know?
I've got I got 2 comments. One is a question. Are you talking about me? Passive aggressively? Just wondering.
Oh no.
Just curious.
Definitely
you've put
not.
stuff out.
Definitely
Just
not.
curious because I keep talking about the second record and how good it is.
No, but the thing is, you've
there's
put out.
there's definitely no end in sight. There's definitely no end
No.
in sight.
Hey, no, I'm talking about us as a band and
He's
as
done
people
a
that have
live
put,
gig during the.
Yeah, I
How can
know,
we
but
talk about you?
it was shit though. It was everybody
Hey,
knows
it
it
was
was
something.
fucking terrible.
dude, 100%. It's not passive aggressive, because like I am worried you can't take it that way. I feel like this
I
is the
really
thing
want
that
to
we.
say names.
Hey, I can't take anything anyway. Your boy's eligible.
I feel like
No,
it's something we've gotten better with as we've kind of learned, because this is the thing, you have to make the mistakes. And maybe if there's, my hope is that there's always, I know we don't have like a massive viewership or whatever, but my hope is that there's maybe
hey,
like a,
you can't see the numbers.
well, 650,000 is not DaBaby numbers, you know what I mean? It's like, it's close, but it's not quite there. But anyways,
Go on.
yeah, I know like our viewership isn't massive, but my hope is always that maybe you like catch a, I know a lot of people that do watch us are people that kind of met us on the music scene and we played gigs with them and everything else, but I do hope that like maybe some younger band somewhere gets put on to us from some weird connection that goes on down the line, and maybe you save people making certain mistakes that you made back then. And that's what I was talking about. It's like definitely something that every young band falls into, and we fell into that trap. We were excited about music and we were talking about it way before it was ever out, because that's fine. It's a good feeling to be excited about your music before you put it out. But I just don't, that was my point. I don't think that it helps you when it comes to PR. Not only does it not help you because your excitement is gone, but it's like you're wasting posts, like good posts and stuff, you want that all to be condensed into 2-3 weeks or something. That's my personal opinion and my personal take, but it is hard to hold back, but I think it pays off in the end. It's like, if you have a really good idea for a post while you're like, say, maybe 1 month out from release or something, type it all up, save it, do not put it up. And it's like, that is something for like the first week that you release or something. You know what I mean?
I think my thing is, on my end, I'm just saying it's unfortunate that people that I've got to know through this podcast, seeing them live, and you see them do something, and then this obviously last year was a nightmare. So people stopped. But then you see them tweaking with doing stuff again, and then it stops again. And there's just a worry that they are halfway out.
Yeah, I get that. Like,
You know?
that. Yeah, I feel that. Like, that's a worry for a lot of musicians that I was very fond of. Sort of worried that this year, I keep saying year, but it's gonna be more than that. I mean, it's more than a year now.
Yeah.
But like, this whole pandemic era, like, the worry is how many people that I enjoyed, like, legitimately enjoyed the music of, are just gonna phone it in and be like, nah.
Yeah.
It's been a long time,
Done,
and we're done. We're done, and we've moved on with our lives whenever we couldn't do anything. And I mean, everything you said, Mike, literally only have 3 syllables. Kanye West. Everything you said, he does the opposite.
Yeah. That's true.
That's my marketing tactic, for sure. Yeah, I'm terrible at it. Don't. If you want to be a fan of me, just be a fan of me. Don't expect me to do things correctly, because I won't. I got a second album, and it's gonna be dope, man. But don't expect it anytime soon. I might change the title a couple times. I am so Kanye. It's not even funny.
Also, I feel like you're saying
not
that
even
because you
fun.
still think we're talking about you, but we're not.
Oh, it's like
We're
an
really
underlying.
not.
It's an
We're
underlying
not.
passive aggressive.
not.
Like,
We're not.
hit for dumb Maple. It's
We're not.
It's 100% not. It's a band.
take that
thing.
hat off.
It's not.
Oh,
It's I'm only going for, because again, you've put stuff out, you've worked with people, you've done the freaking
I did
oh
two
my God.
EPs.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I don't understand why you thought we were talking about you.
Because I keep talking about how good
Which
this
we're
second
promoting
album is
fairly
gonna be.
well.
I keep saying the second record's
No,
gonna be
I was
really
talking
good,
about
and it
during
is.
this
but
whole thing.
that was also my point though as well. You can talk about a record as you're making
Yeah.
it, but like don't. It's like people use the wrong places or formats. I
feel like
to,
I might have
post it.
to highlight what I was meaning. So
Okay.
Go.
at this point now, as things are opening, I was seeing people come back, shaking off the rust, new song, or like some sort of picture with a thing and this and that. And
Is it a new song or is it a riff that you have just literally done in your bedroom in the last week? Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
And is it because this new cycle is things coming back? And I get that's what you do, but I feel like for the people, which I was saying a few weeks ago, if you're starting now, when things are opening or seem to be going to open, but they also seem like they're not going to open, are you just in a vicious circle of just following the trend of the news? And are you just going to be stuck in that because you don't know whether to pull the trigger? You don't know whether to, do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm on about. Now, are them people that are just starting now? And then you don't see them for a few weeks, and then that's it. So that's what I'm trying to get at.
So like,
And it's people that I seen before all this happened, just on an upward trajectory of music, and then it's like, oh, there you go, done.
In a way, kind of still about me though, right? In a way.
Yeah, all of this
We're
is about
100%
you.
talking about you.
The whole thing's about you.
We're
You
very
didn't do a
jealous
song with Sarah
that you're
McCready.
eligible.
You didn't do a song with Mike. You didn't do a live show. You didn't do the what was that? Oh my god! What was the live thing that you done with oh my god!
I don't fucking know.
No, with you done an interview with them over the. Why am I blanking?
The thingy week.
Yes.
Douglas Week?
Douglas Week. You done that thing. This was all over the. This you worked. You were moving and shaking whilst the others were like, ooh.
Yeah. I'm only kidding.
Look at this riff, man. Big things coming.
Look at this riff. Look at this.
I'm gonna see for the next 2 months. The only post I'm gonna put on Facebook is big shit's coming.
Q radio.
But I'm gonna carefully word that so it's multiple shits. Big shits are coming.
Yeah, you're doing interviews.
And just see if anyone notices, and maybe I'll get a love react and be like, yeah, so excited. And I'll be like, I feel bad for you, because it's not. Yeah, you know what? Should make you feel pretty good. I discovered this recently. Sometimes I go to record this podcast, right? And I'm like, oh, damn it. There's some bleed from a guy that lives quite a few doors down from me. He goes out and plays the drums. Young guy, whatever. He's in a band. I don't even know what age he is, like 15, 16, something like that. He watches the podcast I just found out the other day, which is so weird. It's like somebody's son that lives down there. I've never spoken to him. And he watches the show, so hey, hear drums. He's way better than me. I play drums out here too, which is what we have in common. But it's so weird thinking that he watches the show and I'm out here and he's out there and I'm like, shut up with the drums! I'm trying to record a podcast! Yeah, he sounds really good anyway. But, it's nice to know there's a younger generation listening to the show and being like, oh, yeah, maybe they get some advice, maybe they get something from it. That's how he discovered my car got hit by a boat. He showed his mom and he was just like, look, this is whenever he found out that his car got hit by a boat on the podcast, even though we were right outside the door whenever it happened.
See, so it's all good. You have a thing. You have a name on the list. You have people that do the thing. Mike's got a name on the list. There is me. Imposter syndrome. I'm out of here.
Andy, I'll get
It's
you
fine.
on a song. I'll get you on a song one day.
This is the thing. That's guaranteed. Next year, Andy's on the N.I Music Prize list. We gotta make it happen.
We will make it fucking happen. I guarantee.
This is the Dom Maple guarantee.
Oh no!
It's a Dom Maple guarantee. I decree it. It's happening next year. Next year, Dom Maple on the N.I Music Prize. That's what we're talking about, right? That's correct, right?
Play the sound effect. We'll put the Nandes thing at the end of the song. It's gonna be like a orchestral song that's on a Skyrim type game, but we'll get nominated for N.I Music Prize.
That's like your dragon shout.
Yeah, that's what I was
So
thinking.
your
Dragon shout.
Skyrim dragon shout.
Oh god.
Dude. Yeah, I'll get you on the Xbox button presses. Nandes on Xbox button presses.
That'd be funny.
Nandes on the triangle
GPS.
Nandes on Twitch. Sorry, it'll be like Dom Maple on guitar, vocals, and drums. Hungry Ghost on bass, guitar, Nandes on Twitch.
There's just me in the corner going.
It really added to the environment of the studio. Really, the atmosphere was different. We couldn't have made the record without him.
Footsteps. Try to listen to the.
I love it. Yeah, I think we'll wrap it there. That was a longer episode than I planned to do, but the N.I Music Prize, it just it does that. I feel like every time we bring it up, every year, the episodes get longer. One day we'll do a 24-hour marathon episode.
There you go. Sean's going to help me with a rap career next year.
There you go. There you go. I didn't even write. Shout-out segment was meant to be for the N.I Music Prize, but Sean McCann, who has been in the freaking comments, got his new EP out. Hungry Ghost down here, the guy that's on the show, the guy that's been talking like 75% of the show. That's no, you haven't. I've been talking 75% of the show. You've been talking 14% of the show, and somebody who's better at maths can work out what Nanda's been talking for the show, because I don't know.
What? I want to see percentages for next week when I'm not on. I want to see this breakdown.
Oh, dude. But yeah, I wanted
Is that
to say...
in our YouTube stats? Do we
maybe.
get percentages for each of our
how much somebody
talkings?
talks? Yeah, maybe. So, yeah, Sean McCann's got an EP out. It's freaking great. And you made the artwork.
It's freaking incredible.
Yeah, I mean, we added it to our story and stuff. And I know we talked about it before, but I feel like we kind of talked about it before it was even available for people. But you can actually go and get it now. So I highly recommend you look for Sean McCann on whatever you listen to your music on. Spotify, probably. But yeah, there's something very Phil Collins, like before he made the Tarzan soundtrack element to it.
You know
Right?
what I wanted to say? I wanted to say that it feels like, I feel like Sean is like Mufasa, and he's imparting wisdom to me to like just be chill and enjoy life. That's the particular track that we're talking about.
And then at the end, whenever you think everything's all good and you're just hanging on the edge, Scar comes over
Then
and he's
he
like,
gets-
"Long live the king!"
and he gets ran over by antelopes.
And buffaloes, and his son's seen it all. He's seen it all. He's scarred for years, ironically, because Scar killed him.
Why did we not talk about the Kanye West jacket?
Oh, the one to keep people away from him? Is that the one you're talking about? The one that keeps people away?
To keep the birds away? Just like, it's like them fences that just don't poop here.
Big old spiky jacket. Yeah. Why is he in Yeezus mode? Just a question.
Don't know.
He's in full scale Yeezus mode right now, and I'm all for it.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing.
He does miracles on me.
So what do you think?
Mm-hmm.
Do you
Is
think
it coming out this Friday?
Do you think Drake,
It's coming out from my
Kanye West, and I can't remember who else comes out this Friday? Because apparently Certified Lover Boy is kind of done.
Nah. I don't think. Hot take.
My meerkat take. My meerkat take.
Hot take.
My meerkat
perked
take.
up.
I'm going to step out of the hole and I'm going to go, listen. My take is...
Oh, here
Hot
we go.
take. Hot take from Don Maple. None of them come out.
I realized he disappeared. All that you see is just like the paper just going...
What, this one? The one that you can't read it.
The vaccinated?
It
Like
takes a while
it's
to-
like
It says
it's like them
vaccinated.
cartoons. No, it's like them cartoon. His head would have just spin in the same spot and it just drops.
Yeah, hot take. None of them come out. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
None of them come out, and your album that you said not coming out for ages comes out.
He's
And...
waiting to drop it when they all drop theirs. You need to be in there with all the big
It's a
boys.
market employee.
I know, dude. I got songs like right here, right now. And they're fucking dope, dude.
I feel like he's gonna hit one and it's gonna be like, he's got miracles on me.
You wish.
And then we'll get copyright struck again.
Just in case you're wondering, I'm okay, thanks for asking. I'm standing on my own 2 feet like nothing happened. I've fallen before and I'll probably fall again. I'm not a stranger to the dark. I'm waiting for
being a meerkat during this. This could just be the music video.
I'm not the one who's missing out. I'll give what I got. You know I'm not just anyone.
That's a song that's on it. Yeah,
What?
and that
Did
features.
you say something about Phil Collins? What's going on with Phil Collins?
a long
in the
time ago,
comments?
yeah.
Okay, sorry. Carry on.
I said that Sean McCann's album sounded like Phil Collins.
All right.
You know what also sounds like the start of a Phil Collins album? Just in that certain era where he was like, I only make Tarzan music for some reason. Because he released that record that was called Dancing to the Light. And it's like, it wasn't the Tarzan soundtrack, but kind of was at the same time. Anyways, second record's gonna be dope.
I love that like a bunch of Phil Collins quotes came into the comments.
You don't have to be great to be successful. Look at Phil Collins. Ah, shit. Vote Labour.
Also-
If you don't and the Tories get in, Phil Collins is threatening to come back from Switzerland and live here, and none of us want that. People fucking hate cunts like Phil Collins. And if they don't, they fucking should. That's
Also,
Noel-
on that
Noel
song that
Gallagher
you played
quote.
of yours, is that a voice that's just pitched high, or is that literally your son on the song?
No, well, there is a pitch shift, but it's actually a feature from Emma Rose, who
Oh, there you
is the bassist in Paper Tigers. So more features, bruh.
Cool.
That album's full with features.
Full
He stopped
Collins
his,
with features.
He stopped his J. Cole mode. He's now on the features.
Dude, I'm on the features this album. So I got Sarah McCready, I got Emma Rose, I got Simon Heart of Romeo Indigo Romeo, I got Laps on that shit.
Ooh, baby.
Man,
Here,
everybody's on it.
is Simon doing vocals or is Simon playing a little
He's
couple
playing.
of diddlies?
He's playing the old 6-string guitar.
Can't wait to hear that shit. Simon sent me something a while ago, and it was just like, this is this thing that I made, and it's like an instrumental, and I don't really know what to do with it. It's fucking incredible. And I don't even know if he's gonna ever put it out anywhere. And I'm like, dude, that's so cool.
I don't know. Oh, well,
Your neighbor's
you just-
band's called. Yeah, there you go.
yes.
Go.
My neighbor that I referred to earlier, his band is called Couple of Things with a Z, which I love because my band released a song called Ants with a Z, like the movie. And
We like
so
Zeds.
I
in
love
things.
things with Z, but I also like to acknowledge that they have a Z instead of an S because I feel like that's what makes it cool.
When you point it out.
When you point things
Yes,
out,
because
that makes you
that's what makes things funny. It's like
That
you say
makes
it and then you
everything
explain
cool.
it, and then
It's like,
yeah.
hey, yeah.
Yep. That's why in my stand-up routine that I'll eventually do in the next 5 years, I'll start going to stand-up clubs and I will do my jokes.
You'll sit
and
down
then,
and do comedy.
well, I will sit. I'll be sitting down
With-
for
with a-
whatever
with a
act that I
glass
do
of
because
wine.
I'm lazy, and I sit down and I tell the joke, and after every single joke, I'm like, so let me explain why that was funny.
Why? That was funny.
Because I think people will really enjoy that and relate to that. So, and everybody be like,
So it's like the format is like joke and then breakdown and
Yeah.
then joke.
it's kind of
and
like a
then
joke
breakdown.
analysis.
yeah.
It'd be like I'm
I'd watch that. Yeah.
the masked magician. Do you remember that shit? So whenever he was on and
So
he
we
would
do a
just
really
like,
cool trick that's entertaining, but then
he would, he would always do a thing and he'd
like,
be like, okay, so first
not
of all, it's like
entertaining.
just a simple chair. No tricks to this chair. No secret entrances or exits. And then it's like, oh, how did this thing happen? And then it'd be like, let me show you how the trick worked. So first of all, I take the chair and then I open the secret entrance. I'm just like, right, okay, well,
Well,
you said
dude,
that
you
there
told us
wasn't.
there's not a secret.
You said there
entrance.
wasn't one though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Taking
fuck
all
you,
the
mass
fun out of it.
magician. What the hell, dude? You're just lying. It's not really magic, is it? It's just lies.
Did all the other magicians catch that guy yet? Or
He
what
revealed
happened with
himself.
him?
I don't.
Well, that's a dangerous
He
term. In
revealed himself
2021.
and then disappeared.
He revealed himself. Holy shit. He exposed himself, is
I
what
think
you
he was
want
an
to say.
Asian. I think he was an Asian guy.
No, he was Mexican, I think.
Okay, let's.
The mystery lives on.
The mystery continues. Do 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 do. Need the X-Files music. So 2 hours 33 minutes. We're off the rails.
Yeah.
Leave me a little,
Magician.
This
leave me a
happens
little tiny
sometimes.
spanner. Put those wheels back on and end the show. I feel so bad, audio listeners. I feel so bad for you. You don't know what I talk about, like a tiny spanner, and you're like, I can only assume that he has one, I guess, and I do.
But they
It's-
picture it.
They picture it in their mind's eye, but sometimes I forget that you can't see what's going on. But it's the end of the show.
So go home.
I got nothing else to say. We're gonna be listening to the N.I Music Prize eligible playlist, and we're gonna come up.
Eligible.
I know I can't actually play it while this is playing.
Was helping.
And we're gonna come up with stuff for the Distant Sound Waves playlist next week. Thanks for listening. Subscribe to the channel, and just so you know, Hungry Ghosts ain't gonna be here for a couple of weeks, but yeah, we'll keep you updated. Check out our Twitter, subscribe, comment, like the video, share it around. Do all the good stuff. Buy the shirt. Buy the Doomsday shirt. Maybe just PayPal me some straight up cash.
Wow.
Gotta make that money. Cha-ching. Can't do the...
Can't do the
There-
thing.
there.
I don't. Yeah.
Okay,
Screen.
bye. Bye.